Okay, guys, I am here. Hey, I was just deciding, do you guys want me to do the Cassie and PuffDaddy stuff first or the trial recap? Because I was looking through, I think I'm gonna go with CNN, like their recap of like how the trial went. But I was kind of wanting to do the relationship with Cassie and PuffDaddy. I have like kind of like a timeline. I just got some like videos and I kind of like went through, I don't know, like a little bit of a timeline as much as I put together from like when they met and kind of like videos I could find and pictures of different time periods, like through the years, how like when they first met, when they first kissed, when they, like their whole story, kind of. I mean, like I went through like some of the documents of like some of the fights that took place. Oh shoot, I still have my thing. And I was gonna do that first though. What do you guys think? And then do the trial stuff? Or are you guys anxious to go over the trial stuff first? Because I was looking at chat and I'm like, oh shoot, people might want to do the trial stuff first. But how's everybody doing real quick though? Got my energy drink. I'm gonna do what I was gonna do. I'm gonna go through Cassie and her relationship first, and then we'll do what happened today. Okay. So what I did is I just put together like a little video of like I just found like different videos with them two together, and then I went back and I looked at like timelines. So I think it's kind of interested to see like her doing an interview and knowing kind of as much as we know with the approximate dates, because like through the document I was able to get like approximate dates, and then I was able to kind of research maybe like for instance her 21st birthday party, what actual day was that on, or the MTV Video Awards in Europe, like the first day he performed with her, like what actual day that was on, and compare it to like her interviews. And it's just interesting to see like knowing what's going on behind the scenes and then seeing her interview and talking so highly about him, knowing like what he was doing to her behind the scenes. I just think it's kind of interesting to watch it. What do you guys think? Hi, Susan. Hi, Jahara. Hey, Casey. Soul, what's up? MSN Pit. Yeah, that's what I'll do, guys. Okay, so we're gonna start out with just a couple dates of when they met, because the video that I did picks up at in 2006, when there's like a quick video I found where they're all sitting around the table and they sign her in 2006. Okay. So, because Cassie is like um, a huge thing in this whole case. Like, she's like one of the biggest witnesses, because she's like would be one of the biggest victims in these charges with the trafficking and stuff. Like she's very important in this. She really is. Like I think people, I'm sure people do realize how important she is, and hopefully getting a conviction. But I mean, it is what he did to her is like a huge thing in this whole thing. So it's like it's a big deal if they're gonna believe her, which I believe her. I'm just saying, like, just to kind of go through it then and see. Okay, wait, hold on, let me pause this. Okay, so let me delete this. Okay, so let me just start off by do a little bit of timeline here. So they met it says they met in late 2005, early 2006. Okay, that's when they met. She was 19, Combs was 37. After he heard her first single playing in the club and expressed interest in signing her to his label. So he heard her song playing, and then he had interest in signing her to Bad Boy Records. In February 2006, he signed her to a 10-album deal. Okay, and I'm going to play like the video in parts, because as I go through different time periods, and I might want to read some more stuff as I play a couple of videos. Okay, so let me just share my video, or share my screen real quick. Okay, so here's a quick little video, and I put dates. I don't have the actual month on some of them, but this is when he's like sitting around the table talking about how he's going to sign her. So they're not together yet as a couple. They just met. He likes her. He signed her a 10 album deal. He heard her single, and now they sign her, okay? So here's the video real quick of that.
So I wanted to get us all together so we can get this. Everybody can hear from me how focused and excited I am about the project. I wanted, Cassie to, everybody to meet Cassie. Y'all know that. And hear the story directly from Miles. And then really get down to some business about just so we can be on the same page of what the plan is. As far as from Tommy's concerned, and from we're concerned as also a label and one in Atlanta, so everybody's on the same page. I think the best thing to do is to kind of give an overview or a history of how we came to the project. Can't know where we're going unless we know where we came from. Ryan is a producer that I've been working with for the last 2 years. That was brought to me by Ed Woods, who did Ryan now.
Oh, let me pause it. Sorry, we'll go into the next thing. I'll explain what this is real quick. Okay, so that's when he signs her in 2006. Can you guys hear all right? Because I feel like, did I forget to, I didn't really raise the volume in any of these. I mean, I just put them regular, so hopefully you guys are hearing all right. So they sign her, right? And in August 2006 is when her first album was released. Okay, so they signed her in February 2006 is when he signed her, and then her first album was August 2006. And then in November 2006, he invited her to perform a song called "Come to Me" at the MTV Europe Music Awards. And during the hair and makeup, Cassie's hairstylist, which is his makeup artist, told her that Combs was interested in her like that. She actually felt like sickening because she looked at him like father figure, and she understood like the power dynamic of it all, and she was just kind of like grossed out by it in a way. That's what she said. So, and here is, hopefully we'll get copyrighted on this, but if I do, hopefully they'll let me edit it out. But here's that song that they performed together so this is the first time she finds out before they go and perform, because she's getting ready with her hair. The girl tells her, "Oh, he's into you." And I guess like during rehearsal, he was walking around in his robe and so yeah, so now she performs with him knowing that he's interested in her. She's not supposedly interested in him at all. So here's the performance. It's November 2nd, 2006.
Ladies and gentlemen, his album Press Play debuted at #1. Please welcome a man who needs no introduction.
I want you, come from me, I can be what you need, baby. I'm standing here waiting, I'm yearning, I'm burning. It's nothing.
You know what it is, I'm back in the building. Security strap still stacking a million. Stunned with a stallion, something Italian. Or maybe Puerto Rican, you can catch me in Paris. I'm in it to win, I'm willing to carry. The game, you can think I'm not looking at carrots. Hop up clean about it, a phantom. The people go to screaming like an opera anthem. I did it before, do it again. I got it flow, got it spin. Flies forward, cool the wind, got hits, go back like juice and gin. Shine the best and diamond necklaces, my extravagant taste and style perplexes them. They know me, they wanna get next to him. She having a fit cause she wanna get next to him. You know my name, you know my name.
That's Cassie right there. I didn't realize how freaking skinny she is. Wait till you see pictures of her on her 21st birthday party, which is in 2007. Dude, she looks so young and she's so freaking like skinny. I didn't realize how freaking skinny, but that's her right there. So first time performing with Diddy, just found out he likes her. And now she's got to perform with this sicko.
Yeah, I dare they all stop and stare. My body language speaking loud and clear like. She been waiting, anticipating for oh so long, fantasizing wild thoughts of me coming on like. She digging my style, my swag, my sway, my swerve. My way with words the boys observe for sure. You can't falter my aura calder. I make miracles like I walked on water. What you want, mama order? It's on my tab. I'm so bad with the cash. I drop a whole bag. Where you at, girl? Let's go. As we proceed.
Now, live on stage.
That was her first performance with him, right? And then, like I said, she just found out he liked her like that. And then, and so that was November 2nd, 2006. And then August 2007, actually the birthday party was September 8th, 2007. Her birthday's in August, but they celebrated her 21st birthday, September 8th, which is right here, 2007, August. Now this is the party where he followed her into the bathroom and forcibly kissed her. She was so, like, I guess, I don't even know the word of it, but she ran out of the bathroom after he did that and cried and was afraid to like tell anybody about it. But I guess she called her best friend. I don't know who her best friend is, but she called her best friend to tell her because she was afraid to tell anybody else. But she said she was just like, oh, like disgusted by it almost. But she said it was without her consent. Like he forced it. He forced a kiss, like basically kissed her without her consent at this 21st birthday party. So, oh shoot, I wanted to play this because there's some pictures. All the pictures that are going to be playing right now are from the birthday party. Hold on, let me bring up. Oh shoot, where'd I go? I lost my documents. Hold on. Shoot. Okay, I wanted to read this when this was playing. Okay, so where is it? Yeah, I guess she didn't consent. She ran out of the bathroom and cried. She told her best friend, was too scared to tell anyone else. Cassie's boyfriend at the time joined them the following day at the Video Music Awards. He, Puff Daddy, gets mad at her and told her, oh, the invitation to the award ceremony was only for her, not her significant other. So it's like, come on. He was just jealous. He just got done forcibly kissing her. She runs out. So she acts like, she's not interested. She has a boyfriend at the time. He's with Kim at the time, married to Kim. She's not single either. And yeah, so the next day was an award ceremony. And like I said, she was with her boyfriend. And he basically said, oh yeah, that invitation is not for significant others. It's only for you, Cassie. So like was saying like he couldn't be there. But these are still pictures from the birthday party, her 21st birthday party. So then it says he kept making advances. And then there was one night, September 2007. So it was shortly after this, shortly around the time he tries to kiss her and probably felt that she wasn't interested. I mean, she ran away, crying. Well, he freaking one night in September, he took her out, and that's her boss too. So she goes along with it. He picks her up. Wants to take her out. So he picks her up. She said he was already freaking drunk, inebriated when he picks her up. He's driving. He hands her a pill. He tells her to take it. She asks, well, what is it? And he said, you'll like it. Just take it. You'll like it. And later found out it was ecstasy. She said he drove recklessly. She was scared. They went to a lounge. They wouldn't let him in because he was belligerent. So Cassie ended up going home. But I guess he was messaging her all night long. He was messaging her, whining about her that she left him all alone. And then so you have that. So he's still trying. So she's rejected. I feel like it's just rejected. It's hard because that's her boss. He's this big guy in the industry. He's making advances. She's not interested, but I bet you, I was just probably a horrible situation she was in, right? And then in early fall 2007, Mr. Combs flexed his power and influence when he paid a promoter to create a fake flyer for a party hosted by Miss Ventura. This fake posting allowed Miss Ventura to have an excuse to go to Miami and get her away from her boyfriend by using the guise of a legitimate event that she had to attend. So he basically made it up to get her alone, to get her away from her boyfriend. She said she was stunned how easily that he was able to recruit others to lie for him. But during that trip to Miami, he gave her a bunch of drugs, I guess. She became more intoxicated than ever before. She said she was intoxicated the whole weekend trip. She wanted Mr. Combs to continue to support her, so she felt she could not refuse Mr. Combs urging her to take more drugs. So she kept partying with him, and then they had sex. But she's like all freaking under how many different drugs he's given to her. She's how many years younger than him? 19. Wait, she's 19, 37. 27. Yeah, she's 18, 19 years older than him, right? Because she was 19 when she met him. He was 37. So almost 20 years older than her. So she kept doing drugs. Yeah, then they ended up having sex, right? That weekend. So that's that. And then, so where we're at, we're in March. So hold on. So in January 2009, Sean, Mr. Combs, PuffDaddy, freaking loser, learned that Cassie spoke to another music manager at a party, and he became enraged and hoped speaking to this manager would allow her to further grow her career. She had hoped that, and that Mr. Combs would be happy for her, but instead he became extremely angry, pulled her out of the club where the party was taking place, in the car, leaving the club. So this is January 2009. So this sounds like maybe the first time that he was violent. It sounds like it. So he in the car, leaving the club, Mr. Combs beat Miss Ventura, pushing her into a corner of the vehicle and stomping on her face. It does say that his security staff, Roger Bonds, tried to stop the beating but was unable to. And then when the car arrived at Puff Daddy's residence, Miss Ventura attempted to run away, but he followed her, began to kick her in the face again. She was bleeding and was ushered into his home, and where she began to throw up, she said, from the violent assault. And then when he realized it was obvious that she was beaten up, he panicked and forced the staff to bring her to a hotel so she could basically recover. So remember, that's January 2009. Now, this video I'm going to play right now is from March 2009. So that's what? 2 months later, this is what we're seeing. So 2 months prior to this, he beat the crap out of her, puts her in a hotel, stomps on her face, puts her in a hotel, and tries to hide it, hide her away till she heals. So now this is from 2019, or this is a couple months later, this video. So I overlaid for some of these. I overlaid my own music. We don't even have to listen to it. I don't know. I just like sped it up and played uh, a song that I like that it's copyright free, but it's just them in the studio first dancing to their song or whatever, which it sounds horrible. He has it blasting and it sounds so bad. But I like this song. We don't have to listen to it. It goes along with them too, but they're just jamming.
Oh, what do we do?
I'll say hi to a couple people here.
Don't know how it happened.
Hey,
It just
Mari.
happened.
Hey,
We were
Karen.
laughing and I think I might have leaned
Oh,
like, is
we
this
saw a jam.
alright?
Set it off.
Oh, but you didn't mind. My bad. This is probably a bad idea. And I know we shouldn't take it here.
I know. Either did I. Either did I. I
Look at me
didn't.
like that. No, don't look at me like that. I know you shouldn't fuck your friends. I mean, it's kind of common sense. But nobody's catching feelings. Nobody's leaving thinking, are we gonna talk about what is?
Hey, Kate.
I know you shouldn't fuck your friends. But we're just testing
Yeah.
our attention. And nobody's catching feelings. Still gonna hang on weekend. We can just call it what it is. Blame it on the whiskey, yeah, that pushing
This is
the
sped
kiss
up
and
too. That's
that
why it looks funny. Even though I'm cracking up when I'm watching him in other videos dancing, he just is a horrible. He just looks stupid dancing. I don't know if it's because I just hate him like so much, but I feel like he is horrible. He looks stupid. I don't know. I can't separate it if it's because I just don't like him, but
Look at me like that. No, don't look at me like that. I know you shouldn't fuck
All
your
right.
friends.
they'll talk in a
I
minute.
mean, it's kinda
I
common
want to see what else I have here.
But nobody's catching feelings. Nobody's leaving thinking, are we gonna talk about what it meant? I know you shouldn't fuck your friends. But we're just testing out the tension.
Oh, thanks,
Nobody's
Hope.
catching feelings. Still gonna hang on weekend. We can just call it what it
Yeah, I know. I think so too. And I'm like, is it because I just can't stand him? But when I watch him, I'm like, he has no rhythm. Like, he looks stupid when he dances. But I have no room to talk. So. But it's like, I would never make fun of the way somebody dances unless if they're like a bad person. That's always my excuse. But I mean, I know some people might not be able to sympathize with it because they're like thinking like, well, why would she stay with him? But it's a complicated situation she's in. I get it. Sucks. I mean, her dream, a musician, she's like, you gotta weigh out. That's tough. She's got out. I'm glad she's got out, but I get the complicated. I don't think I would have stayed in that long, but everybody's different, you know?
Hold up. Check this out. That right there, that was just a taste. You know what I'm saying? This right here is an official, one of those bad boy classic joints. Shout out to all my true bad boy fans, you know what I'm saying? From 94 to now to eternity. That's something that we just here mixing, you know, just for the DJs, strictly for the DJs in the clubs. Get up on it early. We're gonna blast it out as soon as possible. If y'all love the record, hit all DJs, all radio stations, hit Sean Prez. To be up on iTunes in a couple of weeks. It's just something, you know, if y'all remember the Total joints I used to do back in the days, the 112 remix, you know, Can't Nobody Hold Me, any of those bad boy classics that just got that, you know what I'm saying? That swag to it, you know. This right here is taking you back to that time, but bringing it up to date, you know, with a Cassie joint, you know. Shout out to all the DJs that have supported her and everything, and just wanted to give y'all a taste of what it's like being in a mix, you know, mixing a record. What you got to say?
I just want to say thank you to everybody, and I hope everybody likes the record. It's definitely an honor to be on what Puff is calling a bad boy classic. So,
But it's up to y'all. Y'all got to make it classic.
Yeah, you got to make it classic.
Yeah.
It sounds classic, but you got to make it classic. So tell your DJs to get on it, and thank you so much, everybody, for your support. And for being patient with me, because I know I've been in the studio for a while now.
Yeah, I could be getting
Let's go.
freaking abused. So now we're at May 9th, 2009. I sped up this part.
What up, y'all? We are here at the Cassie Must Be Love video. It's going great. Song is a hot record. If y'all haven't heard the song, y'all gotta make sure that y'all get up on it. It's called Must Be Love. Just shooting this Cassie video. See if we can find Cassie.
What?
Here's Cassie. Say hi to the people.
Hey, people.
Say hello.
Why are you talking like Mickey Mouse?
See, I can see the shaved head. Cut is dope.
The cut is fresh.
Fresh to death, like $1 million bucks.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Feel great.
Video's going good?
Video's going good. Almost done right now.
I'm gonna go to my side of the wall. Hold on. Lorianne, come here. Go do like a glide so they can see.
Yeah, and look at the framing. Ready? This is epic, kids. Epic.
Well, see, that's what's up. Bad boy, we signing off. Sign off, Cat. Let the bitches know. Let's put it.
So Cassie Ventura's mother also took the stand today,
Okay,
right?
so this news clip's a recent news clip, but I put it in here because they're talking about what happened December 23rd, 2011. So that's the order I'm putting it in by what happened. That email that he sent to Cassie's mom, the $20,000 basically bribe. So he doesn't share her her sex videos or whatever. But hold on. Just to put in this perspective, she dated when she had a little fling with Kid Cudi. That was in December 2011. So this obviously has to do with that. So December 2011, during a rough patch with her and Miss PuffDaddy, she has a brief relationship with Kid Cudi, right? Then he sends this email to Cassie's mom in 2011, December 23rd.
Testifying about this email from Cassie that she says made her physically sick. What happened?
So not only did that email reference something that made her mother physically sick, I think the focus on the direct examination was that she claimed she was extorted to the tune of $20,000. $20,000 that she and her husband, Cassie's father, had to take a home equity loan out to pay for. But shortly after doing the wire transfer that she was directed to do, that $20,000 was returned. Now, the defense didn't cross-examine Cassie's mother. I think a very smart move here. There's not much you're going to gain in the optics of cross-examining the mother of a woman that you are agreeing was a victim of domestic violence. I don't think plays well in front of a jury. But there were some facts that are missing from the direct examination that I think the defense can use. It seemed unclear as to whether or not Sean Combs was directly involved with this alleged extortion of Cassie's family. But I think at the very least, the implication that the government was looking to put in front of the jury was there.
So Combs' former assistant also testified about this alleged confrontation involving rival rap mogul Suge Knight, in which Combs was apparently armed. Why do you think, well, what is the impact of this testimony? Why do you think this was brought into court?
So I think the idea and the impact of this is that Sean Combs is part of a criminal enterprise. And the allegations that Sean Combs is facing isn't just about the freak off. I think the government is trying to expand that beyond just the setup, the execution of the freak offs, the taking it down and then trying to silence people. They're also trying to show that Sean Combs was involved in violence that scared Cassie, because she testified about this incident earlier. The assistant who was allegedly a part of this incident in one way, shape, or form gave us greater details. And I think they'll be able to show that Sean Combs was dangerous, or that Cassie had every reasonable belief to believe he was dangerous. And I think that could feed into, why didn't you leave? Why didn't you go? Why did you still participate in these freak offs? But I think for people who have followed Sean Combs and the rap beef that has gone from the East Coast and West Coast rappers when it comes to Tupac Shakur, the Notorious B.I.G., Death Row Records, and Suge Knight, I think this falls in line with a lot of the rumors and innuendos that have followed Sean Combs, and he has denied throughout his career. And I think people are getting a bigger and wider picture of this criminal enterprise the government is attempting to accuse Sean Combs of.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Cassie, and you're
Okay, sorry. Okay, so that's that was December 23rd. Now in February 2012 is when so a few months after that email, because that email was December 23rd, a couple months after that, February 2012, during a Paris Fashion Week, Puff Daddy told Cassie that he was going to blow up Kid Cudi's car and that he wanted to ensure that Kid Cudi was home with his friends when it happened. Around that time, Kid Cudi's car exploded in the driveway. So that was February 2012. So where are we at? So a month later, she does this interview. So I think this is interesting. A month after, well, December, she has a little fling with Kid Cudi, right? Then December 23rd, he extorts her mother for $20,000. And then February, 2 months after that, he tells her that he's going to blow up Kid Cudi's car. And he does. He wants to make sure he's home, and he does blow it up. Now we're looking at just a month later after Kid Cudi's car explodes, she does this interview. So just to put it into perspective, this is a month after he blows up Kid Cudi's car. She's doing this interview.
watching Dropout UK.
And let's take it back to the beginning. You came into this industry working heavily with hit producer Ryan Leslie.
Yep.
And then it seemed like musically you kind of drifted from working with him a little bit. Why is that?
Well, after the first album, which I still am in love with, and, I have my favorite records on there and everything, I think it was a moment in time where I was like, okay, I'm 19 years old. Was I 19 at the time? Yeah, I was 19 years old, and I want to experience my life and create music for me, and it not always be about what someone else wants from me. So, there was no bad blood. Ryan totally understood and, let me just, go off and do my thing. And I was able to work with a lot of great producers and writers and learn a lot about myself.
What was it like making that transition from working with him heavily to working with P. Diddy? He seems quite scary.
Well, I always worked with, he's not scary.
I thought that was interesting. She said what's it like working with somebody else? You used to work with P. Diddy, now she was working with somebody else on this album, right? And she said it because P. Diddy seems like he could be scary. And she laughs and says, oh, he's not scary, which I thought's pretty interesting because just a month prior, he just blew up her fling's car, like who she had a little quick relationship with. Not only did he just blow up her car in January, I'm sure he's been abusing her for a while, but we know the first abuse sounds like it was January 2009, stomps her face. And then he extorts her mom for $20,000. I'm sure he's hit her a bunch of other times in between 2009 and 2012. But the whole blowing up the car, it's just interesting that she laughs and is like, oh, he's not dangerous, instead of just like not saying anything. Like, just, you don't have to say anything. But I just thought that was interesting. Now, like I said, I don't blame her. I know she's a victim, and I understand, but I just thought that was interesting that she said that instead of just like let it go, but she like made a point to say, oh, he's not dangerous.
Yeah, oh my God, please do me a little bit nervous. No, it was never really a complicated thing because Puff was always involved. But the transition was actually me going and working with completely other different producers. Yeah. So I Danger, who I did Official Girl with, Rico Love, Jean-Baptiste, J. Tudu, who did King of Hearts, like just working with completely different people altogether. So there was no real crazy transition or anything, and recently I'm still on Bad Boy, but I've moved over to Interscope, so that's been part of the period of space and time where nothing really has been going on.
Speaking of hip hop and features, will Kanye West be featuring, or like Pharrell? Because you get access to a lot of the big stars. Would there be any features on the album?
I'm currently working on a record with Pharrell that I absolutely love. In the recording process, was like losing my voice right now, but and Kanye did the remix to King of Hearts. He did the original remix, and we're also working on a couple of other things too. So it's just kind of mind-boggling that at this point that I get to work with these people, Puff, Kanye, Pharrell, like everybody is like all these talented people. Like I never could have imagined.
Does it seem so surreal? Like you're in a studio session and Kanye's sitting in front of you, and then P Diddy walks in. Is it kind of like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm here? Do you still get that feeling?
I don't get that feeling with them. I'm like when I meet Diana Ross, I freak out.
Yeah.
But, no, not necessarily with the guys. I think they get more starstruck over the women
Because they influence you, right?
Yeah,
They must have
they're
had.
big influences. Yeah, with Mariah Carey and like who else could I meet? So many.
What's someone like Beyonce? Because she's quite young and contemporary, but
yeah.
she's still like.
She's still Beyonce.
Yeah, she's still Beyonce. She's still major.
She's I've been around her a few different times, different
Yeah.
environments, dinners and clubs and stuff like that. She's like one of the sweetest people, one of the most humble people that I've met in the industry, and her talent is beyond. So that on top of it makes her just like incredible. She's like a superwoman.
A robot.
She's like she's like a superwoman robot. Now she has a baby, so she's a mommy too. It's like baby. If you could only imagine, I don't know how. I don't. You're not supposed to ask a lady how old she is. But how old are you?
22.
Okay, I'm 25. And you can imagine how much you've changed since you were 18.
Oh God.
You know what I mean?
It's embarrassing to think of when I was 18.
Exactly. So I always say like there's just that period of change and that really just that creates a whole different element of surprise and everything for what's to come. I don't know. I'm not fazed by the blogs anymore. I think I went through a period of it when I wasn't working on anything. Well, I was working in the studio, but I wasn't
in the limelight.
I wasn't in the limelight. I wasn't trying to be at the clubs and in the blogs and everything like that. Because they can. I mean, they build you up to beat you down. I think.
Yeah.
Not everybody,
but some of
them. Yeah.
And when it comes to Cassie, there's loads of different aspects. Fashion being one of them. Let's talk about the hair shaving, because I know it was a while ago, but it's such a big thing. Like you shaved your head, and then there was like your fans that started shaving their hair, which is obviously going to copy you. But then it was like your musical peers and people shaving their head. Did you kind of think like, well, what's going on? Why does everyone want to be me?
I never thought that anybody wanted to be me, but I was definitely shocked because in the first 3 months of having the cut, everybody thought I had lost my mind. And
I remember seeing an interview, and you were like, I wanted it for ages, and the guy was like, but you shaved your hair.
Yeah, I shaved. Like, what are you doing? No. And then it just became part of me. So even now, I shave more. Last year, I shaved the other side. It's just become who I am. And it was very flattering that other people wanted to do it as well, especially other artists. I remember getting an email from Lala.
Oh, yeah.
And she was like, she sent a photo, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. I don't know if anybody ever took it to this extreme where it's pretty much half my head is shaved, but who did I work with? Oh, on Calvin Klein, Alice Dalal. I didn't know that she had her hair shaved.
Okay.
So we were doing the Calvin Klein shoot together. I was like, hey, nice hair, love your hair. I feel like it's actually more of like an English punk thing.
I was going to say, like fashion-wise, your style is so developed from like me and you days to like now. You're definitely a risk taker. You've got like the denim on and kind of like the punk rock hair. Will there be a Cassie clothing line?
We'll see, maybe soon. I just did a collaboration with Diamond Life. The T-shirts. I created these T-shirts with them. With the first photo, I don't know how long ago it was, but it was me just holding a diamond. And the shirt did really well, but it was a skater brand. So
you're on it, of course.
It was kind of surprising because we did it for fun, and we just released another limited edition one. But I think I'm going to be doing a women's line for them. But it's skater, like they actually make skateboards. Like it's that type of brand, so it's going to be a little bit more streetwear.
Yeah,
not so fashion.
Just quite cool. Quite
laid back. Yeah, exactly.
Oh. I thought I got it. I thought I took out all the music parts, but oh shoot, hold on.
I haven't been here. I've been here maybe like 3 different times. First time was for a week, and it was nonstop work, and I didn't get to go anywhere, do anything.
You didn't go to shop like
I didn't get
Harrods,
to shop at all. I went to Harrods once, actually. I went to Harrods once because I had to buy a dress. But Top Shop, and now we have Top Shop, but your Top Shop is better, I think.
Yeah, I interviewed Miguel, and he said that he was like the Top Shop over there.
I don't know. Right? It's like you kind of have to go at the right time in New York because then everything sells out, and it's constantly packed. I don't know if it's still is it still constantly packed?
Yeah, here it's really packed, but the stock is amazing, especially this one in Central.
My makeup artist was just showing me. She's like, I bought this T-shirt. Like it's like one of those thin rocker T-shirts. You bought it for like nothing. I'm like, I'm going.
Definitely. There's a place you should try it, like Brick Lane.
Oh yeah, you know what? You have to give me a list before we finish. Give me a list of places to go for the end of the day because I want to go shopping this time.
No, I will because it will definitely suit your look.
Thank you.
Cassie, enjoy the rest of your time in London. Thank you for talking to Shop.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so hold on. Okay, so now I'm going to read you a couple things from because I'm doing it all in order. So then when I read you what happened next, then the next video will be after. I just think it's interesting to see what the heck was going on behind the scenes. Okay, so so that was March 20th, 2012. Okay. So then we have jumps to 2015. No, 2013. Sorry. So around 2013, on one occasion, PuffDaddy had a freak off set up at the Intercontinental Hotel in New York City, which he was charged tens of thousands of dollars in damages by the hotel. And it said, it says that they had to pay, tens of thousands of dollars. And then in 2015, Cassie had spoke to a popular music manager at an after party in a hotel suite, and she saw that, or he saw that, and wait, is this the same? Yeah, wait, I read that in the wrong time. That's 2015. Where? I swear I already read that. Oh no, there's two of them. Man, he gets jealous. Wait, hold on a second. Hold on, give me 1 second. Because it looks like there's two different incidents and it looks like it's the same one. I want to make sure if it's in 2009 or 2015. Now I'm really confused. Hold on, give me 1 second. That's weird. Because they have it in 2019, and this was like from the official documents that I was getting these dates. Hold on, page 14. Like the official court documents is where I was getting these dates. So I'm a little bit. Yeah, it says in January 2009. So hold on 1 second. Let me see what this 2015 is. Just give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. I want to get it right because, yeah, there must have been a couple. Dang, yeah, I guess he did it again to her. So she talked to another person. Yeah, this is a different situation. Okay. Yeah, she was speaking to somebody in 2015, a manager at a hotel, and he saw her. He told her to go into the bedroom in the suite. And then he went into the bedroom and he beat her severely. She ran from the corner of the room trying to avoid him. He was beating and kicking her. When she tried to lock herself in the bathroom, he pushed through, punched and kicked her while she curled up under the toilet. Her screams were drowned out by the loud music playing and outside of the hotel suite. And then when PuffDaddy's head of security saw Cassie after the assault, they began to cry. So I guess her and the security began to cry together. She had 2 black eyes, a bruised lip, and a huge welt on her forehead. And then PuffDaddy saw what he did to her, so he wanted to conceal it again, right? So once again, He had her stay at his home this time. Okay, so he had her stay at his home along with one of his sons. Wow, so she stayed at his home in Humbly Hills along with one of his sons. While there, Mr. Combs, Sean, FaceTimed Miss Ventura and stated, "You gotta go up and put more makeup on. My son can't see you like that." So she was there. He must have been doing something else, and he knew her son was there. So he's like, "Oh my God, you got to put more makeup on to hide it, right?" And she said she felt no choice but to obey her abuser. So she went and put more makeup on. Okay, and then August 2015, in the middle of her 29th birthday party, PuffDaddy, P. Diddy, I don't even know what to call that jerk. What do you call him? But he insisted that, where are we at? Sorry, I just scrolled up. He insisted that Cassie leave the party, go to the hotel for a freak off. When she expressed that she did not want to go, Mr. Combs had Cassie cornered by his security staff in order to force her to leave. So she's celebrating her 29th birthday party, and he's like, "Leave, we're going to do a freak off," and made her freaking leave. I think I have, hold on a second. I think I have something on that one that I wanted to show. Do I? He is just something else. Yeah, there's got to be some pictures for all these parties. Okay, let's see. Oh, no, this is the one that a lot of news places, if you type in her 29th birthday party, a lot of them are reporting on the abuse with the freak off and stuff. So that was like how he ruined her 29th birthday party to make her leave and do that. So I'm sure there are photos, but they just don't pop up right away. So, I mean, there are photos, but I just don't know if those are actually from the party. You know how? Let me see. Let me see. Is that it inside the birthday party? This might be. Hold on one second. I'm pretty. Let me share my screen. I think this might be from this is one of her birthday parties. I'm thinking it might be the 29th birthday party. Let me see. Well, that don't even look like inside Cassie's birthday. That don't look like her, does it? Is that her? Maybe. Wow, she looks different if that's her. I'm just trying to figure out if this is her 29th. Yeah, that is her. Okay. Because this was like a big event as far as for legal purposes, for like the whole thing about how he made her leave and do the freak off or whatever. The 29th birthday party. If you Google it, it's like all the reports about it. Let me see what this one says. One second, guys. 1 second. Let's see. Birthday bag of private jet celebrity friends. No, that's her 26th birthday party. Well, they must have had a birthday party every year. So here's her 26th, though. So 3 years prior. So this would have been a year after we saw that interview. Remember, she said she was 25. This is her 26th birthday party. I don't know. I'm just trying to find the 29th, though. I think that one that I was showing you is prior 29th, I'm guessing. I don't know, though. Anyway, okay. That would have been what year? Hold on. 2015, right? Yeah, 2015. Hold on a second. It was a surprise. Oh, that was. Here we go. So 2015. I can't stand them. I don't know. Look how miserable she looks right here. Look at this. This is from 2017 though. Sorry, I'm getting off track here. Look how miserable she looks though. Like she looks miserable. Does she not? I think so. I don't know. I should have added some pictures in the video because they have pictures like every year, like more pictures, I mean, but I was running out of time. Wow, I might have to do a pre-record and add some of these and just like put a whole timeline together. Ugh. I just like look at it and I want to punch them. Like, sorry, I'm still going through. I'm just trying to find 2015. For some reason, all the dates but that one. I wonder why. I wonder if they like scrubbed all the 2015 birthday party things. Like I'm finding every date but 2015. What the heck? I could just be overlooking them, but it's like 2013, 2017, 2012, 2009, 2009, 2017. Oh well. Okay. Like look at how like she does not look, I mean obviously she wasn't happy, but like even like right there, that's in 2017. Just not happy. Ugh. Here, but I know she does have that serious image that she portrays. But anyway, okay, I'll move on here with what I was going to show. Okay, so so we were at 2012, and then my next video is going to be from hold on. March 2012. So the next one's going to be May 4th, 2015. Okay, so hold on. So then we have now this one doesn't say. Okay, so she goes to the freak off in August 2015. Oh, wait a minute though. So hold on. Before that, the whole thing with the thing where he beats her when she's talking to a manager or whatever, and then he has her stay at her house. I didn't get the date of that. I just got it in 2015. So I'm not sure what the date is, but then the next video here is going to be, so this is May 4th, 2015. So this would be right before that freak off, her 29th birthday freak off party. Well, not right before, but in my timeline. So here they are at some award. I forget what this one is. The red carpet for something.
Yeah. You're one of the
Here,
first.
hold on.
Beautiful.
Ah, shoot. So loud. Hold on. I'm trying to get it right there.
Parents, Jay.
Right.
There we go.
Paula
Oh,
Patton.
shoot. Wait, it skipped. Oh my God. I'm so annoyed. Sorry, guys. I want to get it right when it starts because it's a really short video.
You're one of the first. One of the first.
You know, I'm blessed to be in this industry.
Yes, and you're
I
blessed.
just try to blend it with my artistry.
Yeah, and you create that. I'm thrilled. I want to see that like tomorrow, 8 p.m. It sends to me at 3 a.m. in the morning. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
You both look great. I'll see you inside.
Oh,
We'll see you
thank you.
together. Okay.
Okay, so that is March 25th or 2015. And then the August, so that was May. So then August that same year is when she's having her 29th birthday party, and he makes her leave to go to that freak off party, and she doesn't want to go. And then also sometime later in 2015, so it sounds like it was the end of the year, while shooting a movie in Cape Town, South Africa, she began a flirtatious relationship with an actor, spent New Year's Eve with this actor, but Jerkface finds out, called the actor and threatened him. So then the actor calls Cassie and says, "You really need to call Mr. Combs." So he like freaks the guy out so much that makes Cassie call him. Okay, so now I am going to play the whole video from the hotel, so trigger warning, but because I want to put it into the timeline, but that's yeah, that was March.
I want to see that like tomorrow, 8 p.m. Send it to me at 3 a.m. in the morning, okay?
Yeah, definitely.
You both look great. I'll see you inside. We'll see you together.
March, I forget. Okay, March 5th, 2016, during a freak off at the Intercontinental Hotel, Mr. Combs became extremely intoxicated, punched Miss Ventura in the face, giving her a black eye. After he fell asleep, she tried to leave the hotel room, but as she exited, Mr. Combs awoke, began screaming at her. He followed her into the hallway of the hotel while yelling at her. He grabbed at her and then took a glass vase in the hallway, threw them at her, causing glass to crash around them, and she ran to the elevator to escape. So that's March 5th, 2016. So we're going to play that real quick. It's crazy because she has two other things. 2 days after this, doing an interview, you'll see there's two things after this, like days after this, that are coming up next. It's just crazy to think, like, because remember, this tape was hidden up until what, 2024. So yeah, this happened, but nobody freaking knew about it for what, 8 years or whatever. I think it was 2024, right, when it came out. So it's just crazy if you think about it. So it just said he just got done punching her, right? So she tries, or he punched her, then fell asleep. And just after a freak off, it said, right? This was from the court documents. I'm getting this information. He became extremely intoxicated, punches her, giving her a black eye. Then he falls asleep. So she tries to leave, and then this is what happens. He thinks like, oh, I got her stuff. She won't leave. Oh, turns around. She's gone. Hide that Tootsie Roll. I'm so mean, but oh, I'm so glad that was said about him. Humiliate him. That's what he needs. Thinks he's all. I know it is. Oh, you could see her. So pixelated. I wish there was audio. See what the heck that. Oh, maybe I'm glad there isn't. But I wonder if they're like yelling loud or like, what's that jerk saying? Well, he probably does. I'm wondering if he's thinking like whatever she has in the bag that she can't leave without it. Maybe you probably call like ID, credit cards, keys. So he's probably sure she ain't going nowhere. I got all her stuff. I'm thinking that's why he's just like leaving, like she can't go anywhere, right? And now he comes back out. Ugh. Ew. Took her phone, I think. I think he grabbed her phone. Went back to get her phone and freaking hit her and got her phone, I bet. I don't know. Because it didn't, I don't think he had the phone in his hand when he walked out. Oh, he just threw that vase at her. His stupid socks. Oh yeah, he's really fired up. Hey, Miss Espinoza. Oh, I wonder what he's freaking yelling. Just watching her. Ugh. Thinking he could get away with anything he wants. That's what he thinks. I'm so glad it all came down on him. I'm so glad. Because he just thought he was invincible. That's what he thought. Yeah, it's true. It's really true. Like, wonder, I want to hear what the heck he's lying. I'm sure he's lying. What's he telling this guy? You know, oh, I didn't do he's probably like making himself the victim and oh, she did this. And I don't know. Who freaking knows? I do wish we had audio to see what the heck he's saying. I'm surprised a hotel like that doesn't have audio on their cameras, though, to be honest. 2016, that wasn't that. I mean, I don't know. Hey, Elle. Yeah, one by one. Yep. Yeah. I think it should be ending here. I forget. Oh, no, that's right. The cleaning people or whatever. Oh, that's right. It does show her coming back out. Okay. Forgot. So she got her stuff that he was trying to get, so she couldn't leave. She's like, I'm out of here. But then she goes back. I mean, to him. Okay, that should be ending here. Oh, no. So I wonder what load he told her or told him. Curious. Okay, so I'm waiting for it to stop to the next thing. So, I don't remember how much longer. I don't think anything else happens. Come on. Oh, he comes back out. Man, I didn't even realize. What's he doing? Did a little Tootsie Roll. I'm so mean. Is he checking to see what's going on? Ugh. So that's March 5th, 2016, okay? Look, he even walks like a, I don't know. Just not cool, like not attract, like he's just so like gross to me. All right, as soon as this, wonder what they freaking, were they just in his room? Like what were, what did they get? What are they saying? I wish so bad we had audio. Like wonder what the heck, what's everybody saying? I'm nosy. Wonder what they just got out of his room. They have no idea what just happened. Probably. They're probably just thinking, oh, we got PuffDaddy staying here. How cool. Who knows? Okay. So that's March 5th. This is 2 days later. But hold on, let me make sure that I don't have anything in here. I shouldn't because, yeah, the next one I have is 2017. Okay. So yeah, this is 2 days later. She's at this her premiere for her movie. Crazy.
Thank you.
How much are you taped in there?
I'm actually not. So
You're not.
I'm trying to keep it together.
You're a brave woman.
Thank you. I try. You know.
Who are you wearing?
I'm wearing Stello.
Gorgeous. Now you're going to sit down, watch the movie. Your boyfriend's sitting next to you,
Yeah.
and you and Terrence are.
Yeah.
What does that feel like?
It's work. It feels, I mean, obviously there's a little bit of anxiety with that, but Terrence is a good friend of mine, and, you know, Puff has been so understanding with everything, so it's good.
So do you believe in love at first sight?
I do. I do.
Was it love at first sight with your boyfriend?
It was a long time ago.
What makes you guys work?
Well, I think what makes any relationship work, if it is working, is, you know, just not talking about it too much and just keeping it close to your heart.
All righty, now we got Cassie up.
That was a little bit of now that we know what happened, she didn't take the thing like, oh, like we're working. That was a little hint right there that it wasn't working. Look how she worded that. What makes you guys work? Well, what makes any relationship work? So instead of her agreeing that her relationship's working, and then she says, wait, there was something else in there. Oh my god, I just forgot. Hold on, I gotta rewind it because now there was something else I wanted to add. I feel like that was like if we knew, like looking at it back then, you think they're happy, but knowing now, 2 days ago, he just beat the crap out of her.
Obviously, there's a little bit of anxiety with that, but Terrence is a good friend of mine, and, you know, Puff has been so understanding with everything, so it's good.
So do you believe in love at first sight?
I do. I do.
Was it love at first sight with your boyfriend?
It was a long time ago.
What makes you guys work?
Well, I think what makes any relationship work, if it is working.
If it is working, hint, hint, she's trying to throw a little hint out there. First of all, not agreeing that her relationship's working. She's basically saying hers doesn't work. But what makes a relationship work if it is working? I think that's interesting how she answered that.
Is, you know, just not talking about it too much and just keeping it close to your heart.
All righty, now we got Cassie up
So
in here.
then, this is, so that was 2 days after it. This is 3 days after that incident in the hotel. She does this interview with this person. What is it? Big Fox, what is it? Big Max TV or something. This is kind of interesting interview. I don't play the whole thing. I just cut out like the more interesting parts of the parts they talk about. She's just talking or she's talking about Diddy. So yeah, 3 days later.
Then, ladies and gentlemen,
Can she cover, like, can you cover up bruises that good, huh? Because you couldn't tell in that last interview. That was 2 days after. This is 3 days after. You can't tell at all. Makeup could do wonders, huh? Because she said she had a black eye, or she said he punched her in the eye before he fell asleep, and then hitting her there. So we know he at least hit her in the face that day for sure. Now, in the, from the video, the part we saw, it's hard to tell. Like, I mean, it looked like he kicked her in the side. And so I don't know what he did over in the corner, if he hit her in the face, but she had said that he had punched her. And that's why she left after he fell asleep, in the face, in the eye. So.
Perfect Match, the movie in the theaters this weekend. Cassie, are you using your last name or can we just still call you Cassie?
I think you should use my last name.
We got Cassie Ventura up in here. Hello. So why are we a little bit stronger on the last name now, Cassie Ventura?
I never really incorporated it before,
I heard
and
that.
it's been a conversation that was talked about, and I love my last name.
I heard that.
Like the boulevard.
Oh, exactly.
Yep.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
county, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And you know what that is? That's also money. When you live south of it or when you live in Ventura County, you're doing all right for your damn self.
you're doing okay.
Now, is Ventura your real last name?
It
Oh,
is.
so you want more stalkers?
Oh,
Yes.
no.
Yeah, there it is. So, Cassie, is it more acting now? When you say Cassie Ventura, is that more of the professional name
That's
that you're
the
going with acting?
That's the acting beat.
I heard that. Now, have you always had the acting bug?
I did, but I never really took it as seriously as I probably should have when I had the opportunities to. So this was like a really great opportunity for that.
Right. Do you get nervous acting?
Oh yeah.
Really
The
though?
first day was
Why?
rough.
Why do you get nervous acting?
It's just a whole different environment. The cameras, the people around. There's just a lot going on. It's
And when you
How close are your characters to you in real life?
My character Eva is a businesswoman. I don't want to give too much away because her backstory kind of comes out. But yeah, she's going and having a casual relationship. She wants to have this casual sexual relationship.
now in the
with
movie, as
Charlie.
I saw in the trailer,
Okay.
it says that you're into long relationships, and now in the movie you do want to try a one night stand. Paraphrasing.
Paraphrasing.
Mhm.
I wanted to do something different.
Right. Have you ever wanted to do something different like that with
I mean,
me?
I think everybody wants to try something different, but at the
Really?
end of the day, your life is your reality.
And
so.
just the double standards that's in the movie. You know what I'm saying? And there are double standards.
There are plenty of double standards.
Like I've been on the road with cats, right? And cats will look into the audience and they be like, "Oh, this one, that one, this one, that." But you never get like female artists that are like, "Yeah, bring him up in the green." Have him in the back. I'm about to fuck his head off.
No, if anything at the club, I'm like, can you guys bring girls around so we don't look stupid just standing here, 3 people at the table by ourselves? You know what I mean? That's the only thing. But,
Man,
but
and
no guys, no guys.
we were
That would-
talking just like the double standard. Like Terrence J, his character, he can knock down all the women that he wanted.
Right, and it's okay.
And that's the man thing.
Mhm.
So I'm encouraging women out there, but if you're not related to me, to go out and just do what the fellas do.
Yeah.
And just like I date this weekend. All righty, go see The Perfect Match.
Okay.
And also go and get your guts torn out.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Get all up in it.
Yeah, you ever,
No, she needs her guts.
yeah,
She
don't
needs
get
her
your
guts.
guts.
Keep your guts.
You know
Keep
what?
your guts.
Lauren London, I apologize for staying
Thank
corrected.
you, Lauren. Thank you, Lauren.
You're welcome.
Keep your guts.
Okay.
Now, do she need her brains?
Yes.
Okay, so I was gonna say get your brains effed out.
Keep it all.
You know, it's that double standard that men can bounce around from women to women, but when a girl does it, it's like, oh, like you're this, you're that. Like
You're a
there's so
slut.
much shaming on a
Yeah.
woman. So it's like, it's not fair.
Right.
I
We
hate
need to get
that.
rid of all that. The walk of shame, everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
I think there's a different thing. If there's a woman out there that is very clear on who she is and is like, this is what I'm doing, you have to respect her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not me, but I would respect that woman if she was just straightforward with her stuff. So.
Yeah, I got a Terrence J said that Diddy called him up. And Diddy said one of those things like, I don't know what kind of scene you guys got, but he got to go all in on this scene. Don't hesitate. You know what I'm saying? And for you not to hesitate. Now, how comfortable with do you guys have a makeout scene in this movie?
We have a moment.
All
we,
right,
have
hello.
we have a sexual moment, a couple in the movie.
It's hot.
It's hot.
Is it hard prepping for something like that though?
You know, we didn't prep.
Okay,
we just
yeah.
went for it.
It's not like y'all on the
there's,
corner,
40
on the side kissing and making
Practicing.
out. Like we just rehearsing.
There are like 40 old. I mean, Lauren can vouch for it. There's 40 old guys standing around that got to do their job.
Right.
I mean, they did close set for some of it, but it wasn't really that intense. But at the same time, he was super nervous because he knows Puff, and I think they had the conversation, and Puff was just like, make it believable, so you guys, whatever. So.
Damn, that's crazy, man.
Damn.
But I wasn't part of that conversation, so
Right.
I
I'm pretty
said
sure you
I
weren't on
did my
three-way.
job,
Like, wait, hold on, baby.
and
what?
I went home.
Now, how many takes do you have to do these scenes over and over?
It was like,
Because is it different camera angles too?
no, it was, I mean, they always have to do different camera
Right.
angles, but it did, like, when it happened, it was really quick.
Did you
Got over
find-
it. It's awkward as hell when you're not in love with somebody and you have to do something like that. So I
Damn.
did it.
Did you find Terrence J almost getting to where they could have said cut and then he'll mess up on purpose so they have to do the whole thing over?
No, he was a gentleman.
I would have
about
definitely
it.
like 4 days. of that.
Don't get Terrence hurt.
It would have been.
Right? Terrence is
I
very
would
much
have been
a gentleman.
smooth.
He was
do
very
you get
respectful.
nervous when you know it's that shoot date?
Yeah, but they did those shoot dates early on too, so we got them out of the way, so that we
Right.
could focus on the acting after that, and then that was it. But yeah, like I knew going into it, so I couldn't be shocked or anything. Like I knew what I was doing.
Do you come home and Puff ask like, "Hey, how was today?" And you're like, "Oh man, he tongued me down," or what do you?
Nah, you don't talk about it.
Be like,
There's
"That
only
dude's a
it's
kisser."
work. It's work,
Man,
you know?
and you got to be extremely professional for that because I'm going to tell
Yeah.
you straight up, I don't know. That's why Hollywood don't really call me either, because I would really think you had a crush on me.
Afterward, we would have gotten it
Hell yeah.
confused.
Like Cassie, I would have been at the house like, "Hey, what's happening?" You're like,
There's people like that though.
There are-
They
no, there are
people like
people
that.
like-
It's
there are
like,
people
bro,
like that.
it was action and cut.
Wow.
Terrence understand, like we both have a platonic relationship
Right.
with each other, so I think there was just that mutual understanding. So there were no issues.
Can I ask her this?
Yeah, go ahead.
What should you do immediately after a breakup?
Oh,
Go home.
go home.
No.
I don't
Right.
know.
What do you think, Lauren London? What do you think you should do immediately after a breakup?
You call all your friends so they can remind you how bad he sucks.
Yeah.
And then
Damn.
you go home and try to get cute,
I
lose
think you
some
go
weight,
turn up and have a good
What do girls do when you break up?
post breakup.
Yeah.
get a job, get your money up, like Beyonce said.
Everybody
ahead
just
now.
wants to get it together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get your body right.
Girls just want to get it together.
Get your body
at the
right
end
and
of the
cash a check.
Really though?
Can I ask her
And the
another
notebook.
question?
Oh, please do.
Is this for me? Yes.
Lord Jesus.
I love it.
No, because
that's
I don't
Lauren
want.
London right there. She
So
called it Lord
does
Jesus.
size really matter?
Oh, please, Cassie, keep it real with us. Does size really matter?
This is a really deep question, you
Oh,
guys.
no pun intended.
Ring the bell.
Little,
Okay,
little ditty.
She's running the show now.
Sorry, I think this is hilarious now knowing the whole Tootsie Roll thing. It's so funny now because now we know that Diddy's little Tootsie Roll.
Everything. You got a question? All right, we're about to get into your
Oh, my
phone
topic
tap. Lauren London's neighborhood. Cassie, does size matter?
So when do I get my job here?
I'm about to ask you
You
the
know
same
what?
question.
Yes, it does. And it
go.
also matters what you do with it.
Really
Okay.
though. What about you, Lauren London? Does size
Yeah, does
matter?
size matter?
I agree with you.
Right.
What are some relationship goals that are not realistic?
Not
It's
realistic.
my radio voice.
Go ahead now.
Realistic.
Relationship goals that are not realistic, that you're always happy all the time.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
That you could change a man.
Wow.
I can't tell you how many times I've
was-
seen
I'm with
girlfriends like post photo after photo after photo, makes it look so happy, and then
Oh,
2 weeks
man.
later,
Or when your wife say,
What about the no strings attached? Do you guys really think that that works or not?
Too. Yes.
Oh my God, if they only knew right now. Cassie's probably sitting there like, oh my God, if you guys only knew. Like, oh, go like pretend to be happy. And like, she. I think from day one, she didn't want to be in that relationship with him. He pushed and pushed, manipulated the power, the you know what I'm saying? He got her to, but it wasn't because she would have naturally. It was like almost him forcing because the power he had at being her boss. Like the first, you know what I'm saying? He kept trying and she was just like, ugh. And then she gave in and I think just went with it and then was kind of stuck. Oh, she probably like, man, I wasted, what was it, 11 years or how many years of her life? Oh my God. And she has to do interviews and play. Like everybody always talks highly of him. Like at that time, so she has to like pretend in interviews. Oh, he's such a great guy. Well, I guess even for him, because she's scared, you know. Ugh.
Does that work or not?
It depends on
You
where
gotta
those
watch
two
the end of
people
the movie.
are.
I think those two people literally have to be on the same exact page. But I think it's inevitable that somebody's gonna catch feelings.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. What were they talking about? Let me rewind it.
post photo after photo after photo, makes it look so happy, and then 2 weeks
man.
later,
Or when your wife
doesn't
say,
it? What about the no strings attached? Do you guys really think
Oh,
that
that's
that
in
works
the
or
movie
not?
too. Yes.
Does that work or not?
It depends on
You
where
gotta
those
watch
two
the end of
people
the movie.
I
are.
think those two people literally have to be on the same
Same
exact page. But I think it's inevitable that somebody's gonna catch feelings.
But if a man, but a lot of times women like try to change men. Like, oh, he says that now, but he's gonna start to like me and want to change his
Right.
mind. No, believe
That
what
doesn't
he
work.
says in the
Right.
beginning and keep it pushing.
If
Oh,
he's
yeah.
telling you the truth, accept it.
Exactly.
And people tell the truth really in the beginning because they have nothing to lose.
That's when you find out everything.
Yeah.
Then years
Pay
later, you're like,
attention.
ooh, damn.
Oh,
No, actually, who said that? One by one. I didn't even know like who this girl that Lauren London was. I cut out her parts because I was just focused on this is videos about Cassie. But no, she's actually with him because they talk about it. So it's that Nipsey. She's actually with him during this because I don't know. They say something about it, but like I said, I cut her parts out just because this is about Puff and Cassie. But yeah, I didn't even know who she was. And then when he was like talking about them together, I'm like, oh wow, okay, that's his girlfriend, huh?
ask all my questions in the beginning.
Really though, like what?
Take us on
Okay, so
and see if you can attach it.
so this is March. So this is wait, hold on. Was that? Yeah, March the 10th. Okay, sorry. So this is March 10th. So right here, hold on.
Because they have nothing to lose.
That's when you find out everything.
Yeah.
Then years
Pay
later, you're like,
attention.
ooh, damn.
Oh, I asked all my questions in the beginning.
Really though, like what?
Okay, so March 10th. So all this stuff, her big movie stuff is coming out like when that whole hallway meeting or whatever. It was like right before she has all this movie stuff she has to do for this movie coming out, all these premieres and interviews because she's starring in a movie here. And how sucky is that? She's probably like, I got all this stuff. He just, you know what I'm saying? He makes me do this freaking problem made her do a bunch of drugs. She's got to get ready for all these interviews and stuff for a movie. So yeah, March 10th, this is 5 days after freaking the hallway beating. She's on Fox doing an interview about this movie here that they were talking about.
Take us on a bet. You date a woman and see if you can attach it.
I want to try something new.
No expectations.
No strings.
For the first time, I actually allowed myself
Cassie, welcome to Good Day New York.
Thank you.
So I heard you kind of turned the tables on the guys in this movie. I like the whole premise of this.
Yes, it's a little bit of a switch up, a total energy change.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what was happening in that trailer. So set it up. Oh, big picture. The perfect match is.
I'm going to set it up for you. So Charlie Mack is this player. He doesn't fall in love. He doesn't take advantage of women, but he definitely has his time with them, and then he kind of leaves them aside.
He won't commit.
He won't commit, and
Yes.
he goes through a lot of women and makes that very clear in the beginning of the movie. And Eva my character overhears a bet that he has with his friends to see if he can stay faithful to one girl until his friend's wedding. She overhears it and takes advantage of the opportunity to have a casual relationship, which is kind of unheard of for a girl in a movie.
What does she do that gets under his skin?
I can't say. That would be giving away too much. Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta see it tomorrow.
And it's a great cast, by the way.
It is a great
Who
cast.
else is in the?
Terrence J.
Right.
Paula Patton, Lauren London, Donald Faison, Rob Riley, and Dasha Blanco. If I didn't forget anybody.
Paula Patton. That's
Yes.
Who's the-
Robin
Beautiful.
Thicke's ex.
yeah, we've seen a lot. She's terrific. Well, congratulations.
Should we see? Do we have a clip of the movie?
Yeah.
Yes. Let's watch. No, I think it's time that somebody's turned the tables on the guys. I think it's great. Go Cassie.
You're playing a head game on him, though, right?
You know what? I think that he wants Eva thinks that she wants a casual relationship and that he wants the same thing, so that maybe they would work out, or that would work out
So
for
let
them.
me ask you, in the movie you have, I guess, some very intimate scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm wondering about the boyfriend, Diddy, whether he came to the set to make sure everything was copacetic with you.
No, he actually really trusted the situation. Him and Terrence spoke beforehand because Terrence.
Wait. Wait. You date P. Diddy?
Oh wow!
I did not know this. Yeah. Hold the phone.
You know, I typically don't talk about my private life.
Well,
but that
forgive
was-
me. They put it on the television.
They put it on the television.
Yeah. So I
okay.
mean, I don't go like really. It's your
I'll
business.
let that one go. I
So
guess.
all right.
But wait, she was telling the story that.
So yeah, okay.
So-
So Terrence was a bit nervous, and I told Puff about it, and he said, have him give me a call. So we FaceTimed, and they had their man talk, and he said, make it believable. You guys, this is like going to be a great movie for you, and he's proud of us at the end of the day.
Oh,
It's work.
the actor talked to Puff.
Yeah.
So I didn't know you call him Puff.
Yeah, Puff, Sean.
Yeah.
I think everybody has their different.
Well, he seems like a good guy. I met him once when he was selling Ciroc vodka.
Yes.
He brought a big jug
He's
of
a
it.
big mogul. By the way, Cassie comes from our area, Connecticut.
I'm from
Do you still have family there?
I do, in New London, Connecticut.
Oh, that's nice. You getting a chance to see them while you're here?
Yeah, they came. We had a screening last night, and they came to it. It was really nice to be with them.
That's nice. All right, you can catch Cassie, The Perfect Match, tomorrow in theaters everywhere.
Yes.
So nice to meet you in
Nice
person.
to meet you as well. Thank you so much.
Say hello to Puff for us.
Yeah, text him and say we said hi. Can we FaceTime him? What the heck?
Let's do it later.
Yeah, all right, cool.
He's in
I always
California.
wanted to hang with him.
All right.
You smell delicious.
Oh, okay. So, wait, did I just skip? Why does it keep doing that? I hate that I can only do 5 or 10 seconds. Hold
Yeah,
on.
text him and say
I'm gonna pause it.
Can
Sorry.
we FaceTime him? What the heck?
Let's do it later. Yes.
Yeah, all right, cool.
He's in
I always
California.
wanted to hang with him.
All right.
Okay. So, you see that. So that's all. Those 3 things were like days after that freaking beating, which is crazy. Let me see if I have anything to say before this June 29th, 2017. Oh yeah, so it does say, it says 2017. So it says by 2017 and 2018. So by this time, like it says that Cassie became desperate to leave him and his abuse of her. She recognized that if she stayed with him, she would never be able to have a successful career or ever be physically and mentally safe. She therefore became determined to completely break away from him. So that's interesting that she realizes that if she stayed with him, she would never be able to have a successful career. But anyway, so she says that she completely break away from him in his cycle of abuse. She made efforts to avoid him. So she was trying, right? So now then let's watch this here and then I'll go talk about the next thing in 2018. Okay. So this is when I used to love Wendy Williams. I used to watch her. She's entertaining. She's not on anymore because she's going through like a conservatorship and all this crazy stuff. But like, yeah, so she has him on and we'll watch this because they do talk about Cassie. But I think he is maybe the reason for some of them. Now, like a lot of people think he's the reason for a lot of these deaths that are going on. I wouldn't mind doing like, I've been watching a lot of the Aaron Carter stuff, but I've been following the whole Aaron Carter stuff in his life and everything for years before he died and everything. But now people are really starting to talk about it again, about his death. And supposedly when they try to get him a bail, so he could be out while going through the trial, I guess something happened. Of course, there's no cameras in the courthouse, but I guess something happened where they opened an investigation on Aaron Carter on, there's 3 of them. So now like, it's like, what happened there? They denied his bail. And it's like, what happened in that hearing? Like, what kind of evidence did they have that, made that, you know what I'm saying? That first of all denied his bail, which I mean, I guess that's understandable, but then made him open an investigation. So they think that something was presented or something was said by the state or something about that they have some kind of evidence to show a connection between Aaron Carter's death and him. And there's 2 other ones. Why can't I think? Hold on. I was just watching a video about it. Aaron Carter, help me out, guys. Anybody know what I'm talking about? There's 2 other ones that they open up an investigation after that bail hearing that got denied. I can't think. But anyway, so but that's one of them. It'll probably come to me when I'm watching this.
Damn. There are a lot of people who are just dropping by the wayside.
I think right now also
Kim, that's another one. His ex-wife, and then there's one more. Kim Porter, Aaron Carter, and one more.
because of that, I think people are pulling into giving this.
No, Messapinoza, because I'm talking about like deaths. 3 deaths. So Justin Bieber is still alive, but because Aaron Carter died, and there's been like a mystery revolving around that, because like he did a video that day saying, if I'm not unalive, like he wasn't the S word, and if he winds up dead, somebody's involved. He was supposedly, they think he was about to maybe expose somebody. His last tweet was to Kanye saying something like, "Hey, we need to talk," or something. So they just think it could be like maybe he was about to expose something that happened between him and Diddy, because he did have a relationship with Diddy too. I guess he was signed to Jive, which is like the parent company is Sony or something, where it's connected, where Bad Boys was under Sony, and it's all connected, where he would definitely be in the mix with P. Diddy, where, you know what I'm saying? So he was definitely around him as a kid. And I don't know. So they think it could be something like that. Who knows? Yeah, Tupac, but maybe it was Tupac. But I feel like Tupac, wasn't that already? Because I do think, yeah, he's like, yeah, that's one of them. But was that one that just got? I don't know, maybe. I mean, I feel like, yeah, a lot of people think that's involved, but I don't know if that was that already being looked into before that. I can't remember if that's the third one that came about from the bail hearing, though. Maybe, though, it might have been. Guy holding the camera it looks like that guy that Nancy Grace has been having on that used to work for Diddy. Did that not look like him? Which he used to work for him, so it makes sense. I think that's who that was holding the camera at his party.
Like
I think
She called him Duty, Dookie, or wait, you should call him Duty. Wait, yeah, Duty, or wait, Duty. What word am I trying to think of? Yeah, I guess it would be Duty. I'm trying to think of like the I don't know. It's sounding weird when I say it though. I'm like, my head is thinking something, and then when I say it, it sounds different. But I think it's funny that she called him that. Diddy Dookie, whatever you are, you really let them down. Look at you now. Now they're looking up to a little Tootsie Roll abuser that freaking I don't even know the rest of it. Just a horrible person that freaking treats people like crap, and that might actually be spending the rest of your life in jail. So, who's looking up to you now? Nobody. Nobody is. Not anymore. They saw the true side.
Yeah.
So you notice he licked his lips when he said that. Very obvious, making sure he didn't go to London. He's a liar, because I do think there's a good chance he was responsible for it, because after that happened, Biggie was about to leave his record company. He was going to leave him. And he was like his biggest star on his record company. Puff Daddy, I guess he wasn't like musically, he kind of sucked. They said the only reason that next album was awesome, because first of all, it was on the tail of Biggie's death. So when somebody dies, of course, it's all, you know what I'm saying? We know what happened. So he used that. And then they said like, and he had like Biggie, he had some songs with him that he could release on that. And then they said the ones though, it was just him weren't the good ones. It was all the ones that he had good features because of the other freaking people. They're like, he's like a horrible rapper. He wasn't good at all. So yeah, they said they think he used that. He was about to leave him. So he figured he made like so much money off of him afterwards, because he would have left him and then he would have lost him. So yeah, I don't buy it. I think he was involved. What do you guys think? I gotta do a little bit more research on that, like the specifics. But I watched that documentary. Who else was in here? Karen, was that you that said you watched it? They were talking about, it was really good. It was talking about Tupac's and Biggie's death and how the reasons why they think he was involved with it and stuff. But yeah, anyway, okay. Yeah, she's in labor. I just looked it up. Cassie in the hospital in labor. So she's having her baby. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, that's what it is. I just looked it up. TMZ says Cassie in hospital in labor unit. This is the first time I saw a picture, like an actual picture of her pregnant. I haven't seen that. So there she is. I mean, I know this is her third kid, but yeah. Let's see. Here it is. It says labor unit. Trading courtroom for the hospital. It sounds like she may be about to go into labor. Our sources tell us Cassie was rushed to New York hospital and she's in the labor and delivery unit. So there you go. But it says another source tells us Cassie may be having complications. Would she do? Would this be early or not? Dude, can you imagine though, all that stress? I mean, that can make you probably go into premature labor, right? I mean, having to testify and face your freaking abuser, just the timing of it was probably horrible. But I'm hoping she'll be all right. Let's see. When was she due? Oh, she's full term, so she should be good, hopefully. That's probably just some freaking rumor that maybe there's complications, but I don't know. Let's see. She was spotted rubbing her belly when she left the courtroom and walked past the jury box. Let's see. 8 months pregnant when she testified, and this is her third pregnancy. So here's her husband heading out of court. This is Maria's heading.
Are you happy it's over?
Oh, sorry.
How is your wife holding up?
Alex, congratulations on
Alex,
your baby
what's
boy, man.
next?
Congratulations.
Okay, great. Any comment for us?
Congratulations, Alex.
Glad it's over. Free puppy.
I cannot believe that somebody just said that to him. Free puffy. You gotta freaking be kidding me. That is so rude. That just made me sick. Anyway, it says he watched each day. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so I guess we'll just check tomorrow and see. Hopefully it'll be good. Okay, so let me continue this. So this is July 23rd, 2017. Cassie's on this with him, this trip to Italy. You'll see this is Josh Inc. News. I'm not sure. He probably got it from his channel. I was looking through his channel, but there's so many videos. So just shout out to Josh Inc. News because he put it together, and then I didn't use this whole video of Josh's. I just cut up just like little parts of it where I don't know, not that much of it, but like where he's with Cassie and just I don't know, being stupid. Putting lotion on his good foot or his bad foot. Oh my lord.
I'm talking about like it's not my prettiest foot. This foot needs way more lotion.
I get it though. I have one good foot, one bad foot. Like one looks. Do we all have that? Do you guys have that too? One foot's like prettier than the other. Does everybody have that? It's my left foot is nicer than my right. Oh, it's the same as his. It was his right foot that was. Oh well.
Amalfi Coast, wherever I go, y'all go, If I could do it, y'all could do it. Just gotta work hard for it. We are on the Amalfi Coast.
Talents.
I'm the only black thing out here. I'm the only black thing out here, baby.
Oh my god. Oh.
Jelly on Dawn right here. Come here, baby. That feels good, right? See what got all up in my nose. Go get my hat for me. I'm doing more things in life that maybe I have fears of. Sometimes you gotta just jump. Jump. You can do anything you put your mind to, baby. Jump. One, two, three. Hey, Ron, what'd you say you did?
Oh man, jet ski, order the stuff that I'm making up, and it's happening. You know, I'm enjoying it. Look around, look at this. You know,
Me out here working and shit. You know they always going to have a brother out here working. You know what I mean, working.
Trying to ball out.
Man, I'm about to start balling. For real, my vacation about to start. I can't post none of this shit. It's too much balling. Sir, you know you're the right place to got to deserve. Just look happy, Jimmy. Just wave. OG. Oh shit. Yeah, let's get that money.
Yeah. Woo.
Albert. With a special announcement. Thank you to everyone for making Can't Stop, Won't Stop #1. Just got off the phone with Jimmy Iovine, said that we did over south. What's up, y'all? Coming to you live. We in Positanos right now, you know what I'm saying? Amalfi Coast. Living this life. Congratulations and thank you to everybody working on Can't Stop, Won't Stop. Over 3 million streams. But we out here. We just want to say thank you to everybody. And if you haven't seen it, Can't Stop, Won't Stop, make sure you go see it. It's that black cinema film noir, you know what I'm saying, at its highest level. Inspirational. See, we on this boat, listen to this French Montana. Get that French Montana, Jungle Rules. Jungle Rules, French Montana, Jungle Rules out right now.
Let's see. I should have cut this part out. I think I missed this.
Yo, so I got a
Print?
big announcement
Oh, that's his
coming
son.
tomorrow. About a big media collaboration that's gonna go on this Saturday. I'll mark your calendars down. This Saturday afternoon. Yeah, big media. Once again, I want to thank you all for making Bad Boy Can't Stop #1 on iTunes. And thank you, Larry Jackson. Thank you,
I don't know why I didn't cut this part out. Shut up.
Flame, dear, Can't Stop. And I cannot forget Johnny, Lil Lowe's.
I think I forgot. Missed this.
Heather Perry,
Come on.
Carell, Kim Porter, Alex Avon.
Kim Porter.
I'm missing you.
Yeah, you freaking killed her.
Kaufman, the director. We #1, baby. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
His daughter.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Chelsea. Happy birthday. We out here listening to Christian's new record, King Combs, Fuck the Summer. If you don't know, my son just dropped a new record called Fuck the Summer. Oh man, I'm not supposed to be cursing in front of my child, but that's the name of the song. What are we to do? Would it be, as I was saying, his name is King Combs, and it's the new joint. Truly a blessing to be out here. Thank y'all for putting up with all my relentless Can't Stop, Won't Stop promotions. I just feel like
It's his documentary. That's what he was talking about on Wendy too.
My kings and queens that are out there, you feel me? Yeah, I'm not even showing it to y'all. You know, I need a shave too. Fuck it, I'm on vacation. But I'm not even showing it to y'all halfway, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you what it is. You put in that work, you can get it. I want you don't think I'm lonely out here? For real, but you don't think I'm lonely? You don't think I want all of y'all to get it. I want to be out here like bumper cars. You understand? This how your boy. I like this. I love people. I don't like being by myself. Come on, let's get this. I'm gonna take y'all on a tour of the boat before I leave. I'm gonna be on here for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Until I feel like getting off this motherfucker. Until I feel rested. You know, I got to feel rested. If I don't love myself, that shit, I'm gonna be fucked. Trust me. But
We know.
All I say is, you know, just stay focused, man. Keep grinding. Get that negative bullshit out your life. Stay off your phone. Focus on your dream.
Get you out of
Make it
your life.
materialize. Make it happen. The #1 thing is no excuses. I don't want to hear about no goddamn Donald Trump. I don't want to hear about what I'm going through, where I've been. We all done been through it, and even more. Whatever it is, it's God's will. No excuses. Be great.
No, this is not. I just added this song because this isn't the original song that he's dancing to. I just added it because I want to show this because I think he looks so stupid when he's dancing. So I wanted to include it. I just didn't want to include the music. Why does this make me laugh? I just feel like it makes him look so stupid. Okay, sorry. He just looks.
Don't think I'm out here eating pasta. I am eating some pizza
God.
though. But I'm slowing down. I ain't gonna come back 20 pounds heavier. You niggas is in trouble. Fruits and vegetables.
Just so dumb for some reason. Oh my god. The funny thing is he thinks he looks so cool. Oh my god. He's got his own tequila, that Ciroc tequila, I think it is. I hope all his businesses go under, to be honest. I mean, you think people are going to stop buying his stuff? He's got that Sean John or something, his clothing company. I just hope it all goes under. I mean, who's going to want to support him, you know? No.
Cocktail tonight is going to be the dairy. It's 3/4.
Which girl? His daughter? Casey? The little one?
Cocktails up.
We'll see Cassie here in a minute. His daughter. Yeah. Casey.
Sometimes you gotta get on that ass, you know what I'm saying? You feel me?
You going to work tonight?
You know what I'm saying? Really. 1, 2, 3 times after that, it's over. We rocking it.
This photographer.
Wow!
Future photographer.
Look at that. Hey.
Cut your part. That's day 3.
My thing is going.
That's day 3 of the white.
This day 3. Wardrobe change. It's just time for a wardrobe. Derek, I need a wardrobe change. I'm time for the co-parenting. I'm time for co-parenting.
Co-parenting.
Sorry, you do an excellent job. Thank you. An excellent job. Yes, co-parenting. Let's go.
So I think that's Chance's daughter or mom, right? So that's him and Cassie right there. There's Cassie.
I'm playing shit from all over the place because that's where life really exists.
Because you're a millennial. And that's
So he's like, I'm not playing stuff from YouTube. I'm playing from Apple. And she's like, I'm playing from all over. And then he says, oh, because you're a millennial. But yeah.
Give you some new joints from Cassie. Cassie got some joints coming out. My son King Combs, French Montana, and also me, Biggie, and Rose. So make sure y'all tune in to OVO, Bad Boy. If y'all wonder what I'm gonna be playing this motherfucking life. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm sailing to Sardinia, and I ain't in no slave ship, motherfucker. Yeah.
Just so funny. Oh, and Cassie's right there. That's Cassie. Wonder what she's thinking. What if she looks at him like thinks of his dancing? I don't know. Oh.
Hey yo, I'm trying to tell everybody right now the sound of my voice. I'm coming to you live from the Amalfi Coast, doing extra fly shit. I got on my red and white stripes. They call me PuffDaddy. But tonight we're gonna make history. We're gonna have a worldwide vibration. Whether you're in Africa, whether you're in Zimbabwe, Russia, Usher.
I was trying to figure out what he meant. He said Russia, Usher. And we know about Usher and him.
Look at all these glasses. Look at all these glasses. How you want me to act? OVO Radio, right now, live right now. Bad Boy OVO collaboration. Shout out to Drizzy, Chubbs, Oliver. Shout out to my team, Matt, 40, Future, Larry Jackson. We going live. I want you to give it this vibration. I'm in Sardinia right now, you know what I'm saying? I'm the only Negro out here besides this Negro and that Negro. We out here. OVO Sound Radio, as she corrected me. OVO Sound Radio as this. Because I'm right. Because we right, baby. Yeah, we live. Hey, yo, check this out. We live right now. You got OVO Sound Radio. Go to Apple Music right now. It's Larry Jackson from Apple Music. That's how big this is. OVO is just live right now. I'm about to give a tour of the.
Oh, he probably hated that Cassie corrected him. So, when he said Russia, Usher, and then I started thinking of Usher and then it made me start thinking, where did Usher get his name at? And I'm like, wait, what is Usher's real name? I was like, I don't even know his real name. And then I'm thinking, wonder where that name came from. Because remember, he had guardianship of him when he was younger. Did he come up with that name for him? And what does that mean? It's not his real. I mean, do you know what his real name is? I guess I could just look it up. But it's just made me think, is there something to do with, because I don't know. Where he said Russia, Usher, and then laughed. It's is there some kind of connection? I don't know. Raymond, okay.
Live from the yacht in Sardinia. We was the free motherfuckers. I don't know.
What's up, world?
That's his son.
I go by the name Christian Combs. Christian Casey Combs.
Oh, okay.
C3. And I'm a wavy young nigga. If you're a wavy young nigga like me, you know we like to keep it right and tight up top. Nice and silky. It's like that. And you know, being a classy young individual, we like to be designers on occasion just to show off. But you know we really don't care. Yo. We out here. What's up, Pops?
They might lose it all. I wonder what they're thinking right now. I mean, that's the only life they know.
Video cushion.
Oh, his name is Usher? I'm gonna look it up.
Right now, we
Live at Capri right now. Look how beautiful this is. I've never even seen nothing like this. The earth, God, is just blessed.
Okay.
That Diddy you, baby. I can see No, for real. I love being in a crowd, applauding. I don't have to be on the stage. I love applauding for people. I love giving it up. I want to, I am the stage. We're not an open call right now, man, because I need the rest of my life. I'm building an army of real hustlers. You know what I'm saying? People that are dependable, responsible, intelligent, trustworthy, smart, and fearless. I'm looking for
Uber.
What he's doing. Oh
My lifestyle is so different than everyone else's that, you know, I don't know if marriage would be conducive to me being sitting here with you right now.
B. Cassie, what's up, kid?
You know? Wow, she sounds crazy.
Late night last night?
Yeah, you know.
So this is what, 3 months after that trip that they were just on?
What was you doing last night?
I had to host at Sapphire.
Oh, word. You was in a strip club last night. Okay.
You know, it wasn't really like, it wasn't that kind of night, but definitely.
How
was
is
out.
Cassie at a strip club? Are you one to have like just stacks and throw it in the
Of
air?
course.
And
They
do you
gave
get busy?
me, look, they gave me this gun, which I've never seen before.
Oh, yeah, I seen that.
And you put the ones in it, but they were like, you know, don't just power off. You gotta just like in spurts because you lose the whole thing.
Oh,
you
got
just,
it.
Gotcha.
you really hit it. But
I'm
yeah.
not that experienced with the, what would that call? The Make It Rain gun would be
Yeah.
the appropriate name for that?
I think it's called the Make It Rain gun.
You're here not for music this time. The last time I saw you, we was talking about your last tape you had put out.
Yes.
This
Wow,
time
that
you
was
have, it was a couple years ago now.
a while back. Yeah.
Yeah, now you got a short film. What's this about?
So the short film is based off of a couple of records that that are going to be on my album. So one's called Love a Loser, and the other one's called Don't Play It Safe, but that comes at the end. And it's just basically.
So do you guys think there's something suspicious? It does seem like her lip is swollen. I mean, I could be wrong because, you know, I know that people do like the lip fillers and their lips are all, but I don't know. So I don't know if it's just that, but it looks like it just looks like it's red and swollen to me, like right there and right there. And then she's got the sunglasses on. Interesting. I don't know. We know he's a freaking abusive jerk face. So
basically about a love story between a dysfunctional couple, which I'm sure we're all familiar with. And yeah, you gotta watch it.
Did you write, direct, produce, cast the whole thing?
Well, we actually improv'd the whole thing. So
yeah,
it was kind of interesting.
Throat, yeah.
Chris, you said it, right?
Yeah,
The
because I
voice.
brought up because the love interest in the short film is a friend of mine,
Mm.
Chris.
Yes.
And
Chris.
yes, but Chris has so many names. I don't even know what he goes by now. But
Chris.
he was from my neighborhood, East Harlem.
That's so crazy.
And he's friends with Bodega Bams, and he used to run with the Tam Boys. But
Okay.
he's super talented.
Very
he's
talented musician.
Yeah.
Would I know him?
Yes, you do.
What was his name?
You know him.
As
You've met
Chris?
Chris.
Ghazi Ghost.
Ghazi Go. I've heard of that.
Yes.
Okay.
But when
Yeah.
you see him, wait a second, I know Chris.
Okay.
He has, that's why I said he has a lot of aliases because he works really hard, but he's super talented.
So how did he become
A lot of
somebody that you
aliases
got on your
because he
radar to
works.
become the love interest in the film? Are you guys working together on music outside?
We
or-
actually aren't. I didn't know him at all.
Got it.
And I had Capricorn Clark. I
Yeah, I know
believe you know.
Captain's family.
She helped creative direct. So her and
Yeah.
I like kind of put the whole thing on together, the story and everything. Oh, there you go.
That's iffy.
See, that's what I said.
That's
It's iffy.
Yeah, it's iffy. You got a lot of
Yes.
names.
Yeah.
But she knew him and it's like, you know,
Yeah,
he
he's dope
he
songwriter
fits the
too.
bill and not being like somebody that everybody knows,
Right.
but
Good
you
looking
know,
dude.
under the radar. Yeah.
So
sure.
and so you're saying this film plays into an album.
Plays into an album. So Love a Loser is a record that I wrote with Belly, actually.
Belly's amazing.
Amazing. And then he did the beat and then G-Eazy jumped on it because he heard it and it just kind of like came together pretty organically. So
So you're about to have a serious resurgence here. You've kind of been
I've been working.
just Diddy's girlfriend for the
I'll take
last
it, it's
several
fine.
years, which is amazing. I'm sure that's an amazing life also. But I think a lot of people forget that you are a songwriter yourself and
Ew, I don't like that he said that. Oh, you've been just Diddy's girlfriend for the last few years. What an insult was that? I mean, I know he didn't mean it like that. He's mean it like because she hadn't put out an album in a while. So he's like, oh, you're coming back. You're doing music now. Like you have something coming out. So like, but still, but she's like, I'll take that. Ugh. She's on her way out. We saw in 2017, 2018 by court documents is when she's trying to get out of that freaking relationship, it says. I mean, I'm sure she's been trying to get out of it the whole time. Probably wasn't happy. I mean, probably had some perks, got to go on some nice vacations, but it comes at a cost because behind the cameras or behind the closed doors, she's got to do things she doesn't want to do, I'm sure. So
had a lot of music to offer. Has that been hard to be just like, because Diddy, I mean, look, there's no way around it. It's Diddy.
Of course.
He's a marquee name. He's one of the richest guys in our culture, hip hop, richest guys in the world even. And I'm sure you being your own person, is that hard in a relationship to navigate that?
You know, it was difficult to navigate it for a little while just because, people automatically at this point now just don't associate me with music anymore all the time. But I do have a core group of fans that just ride or die, and they're just like, when is it coming? When is it coming? So that was part of the reason why I kept going, but also because I just love making music. And it is sometimes difficult to get through that, but ultimately whatever works out is going to work out. So.
I also read that you're working with Kidnapping.
Yes. He's done a lot of tracks on the album.
Wow.
Yeah, he's really
Good for
dope.
you.
Him and I actually was just in studio with him
So
right before I
dope.
left LA. Kidnapping, Party Next Door. Who am I missing?
So you're getting
A
everybody.
lot of people,
You
yeah.
and these are all people you hang out and party with in LA too. So they're your friends
Kind of
too.
sort. I don't really go out like that unless I have to. But people that I do know, I actually didn't know Kidnapping. I was a huge fan after 99.9%.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Phenomenal album you put
Oh,
together.
and Hit Boy, I just started getting in. So
Wow. So you got
nice.
I got a good roster of like really dope.
a good roster.
I mean,
an
yeah.
amazing roster.
I
What you
can't
talking
wait.
about?
Yeah, I can't wait to play you stuff. Honestly,
So when is this album gonna drop? When is this gonna
man,
happen?
that's a great question. I really don't know, but I do know I'm just gonna keep putting out music.
Who gets to make the call when you put out? Like, is that all you?
I
Is
feel like at this point, the way that the music industry is set up, you kind of just put stuff out if you
you're
love
right.
it.
You're right.
So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm
It's
just
gonna
like,
fall out the sky.
I'm just gonna keep throwing it out because I have a lot of dope records that I really love. So
Are you I guess, going off of what goes on blogs and the posts you've seen, how does Cassie kind of, I guess, stay away from all of the rumors and like how do you personally, yeah, just you.
Oh, how I deal.
Yeah, like how do you even care or
I
are you
think
just
they-
happy that people still say your name?
I mean, of course, I'm glad that people still consider me in any realm of music in the industry, but I ultimately there's been so much stuff said. Like, what do you say after a while? What do you worry about anymore? Because as long as people are talking, they're talking. So at least feed them with something that's,
Yeah.
to the core. Like, give them who you are.
Do you I guess long term, as you and Puff have this amazing relationship that's withstood all the rumors and all the negative energy. Everybody always wants to put their own terms of a relationship on other people. When is he gonna marry you? When is this gonna happen?
She's like, "Oh, I don't wanna
nowadays
marry-"
with somebody like Puff, who's Puff's been married. I don't know how many times, once maybe twice. I don't know. Oh, he's never been married.
No.
So obviously he's not into that. That's not his
You
thing.
know what's cool about Puff is that he is, and he does want to understand marriage. But we have, a certain type of relationship, and it just works the way it is.
Do you believe marriage is for everybody?
No, absolutely not. My parents are still married. And Rod, how long have they been married? 35 years.
Is that your brother?
That's my older brother. Yeah.
Hey, brother.
That's
You
Rod.
guys look alike. By the way, you guys look alike.
Yeah. He's like my
But
twin.
do you believe in marriage?
I believe in marriage if it's with the right situation. But I
Right.
feel like, I've seen a lot of people get married and break up in the term
Right
that
after,
No,
yeah.
in the term that I've been in my relationship.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I feel like you can't really put a tag on it. Of course, everybody looks at marriage as something very, I don't know, solid and important. But you have a solid relationship. You got.
I mean, it's gotta. I've never been married, and I think it's
Me neither.
I think it's good for and I love the idea of marriage, but I think people put the
It's
wrong
the idea of marriage that I think people fall in love with.
right. I think
Sometimes.
right, but I don't think
sometimes
they
people
want to
are
do the
really
work.
meant to be married. And
I don't
that's,
think
like,
people
my
want to do the work.
There's a lot of work.
I
There
don't
is a
think
lot of
people
work.
really want to do the work.
Yeah.
But then sometimes you see relationships like hers that it's like, all right, you've proven your loyalty, you've proven to be there, and it's like, I mean, I don't know, like you're basically married.
You know
You
what,
have
too,
everything
for me,
for the most part.
my lifestyle is so different than everyone else's that, you know, I don't know if marriage would be conducive to me sitting here with you right now and having, you know, my own stuff. But I do believe in marriage. I do believe in love.
Well,
whatever that is.
Can you when you say sitting here with us, do you think if you were a wife or a mom, you wouldn't be wanting to, you wouldn't have that same?
I feel like my perspective would just be different. Like it's just I'm younger at heart right now because I don't. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
You know, marriage is what you make it. That's the one thing I've
Marriage
learned.
is what you make it, and I'm sure I'm gonna get tons of shit from people for this interview and talking about marriage, but this is some real stuff.
Well, that's because they want to put their ideas on other people, right?
Mhm.
And some people are married and they're swingers, and people don't love that.
Right.
Some people are married and they have an open relationship, but they're married.
Wonder what she meant by that she's going to get a bunch of crap. Do you think she was talking about like from him? I mean, I know that's not what she was wanting everybody else to think, but I wonder because, okay, so she's talking about marriage. She's saying, because she's not really saying anything bad about him or anything. But she just said, oh, I'm going to get a bunch of crap for that because of, I don't know.
People don't love that. Some people are married and they live thousands of miles away from each other and haven't seen each other in a year and a half. And they're fine. You know what I mean? Like everybody
just has a different way. Like even the record Love a Loser, the hook is I'd rather lose a lover than to love a loser. You don't want to just end up with some like random stuff and just be lying to yourself at the end of the day.
How much of this project is about your personal life?
Ooh, in a percentage?
Or yeah, I mean, whatever.
No, I think every
bit,
single song is based on my experiences or experiences that I saw other people go through. So it's all very personal, just all the way around. So a lot of it, pretty much all of it.
And we've known you now. When did you come bust on the scene? When was that first record?
Me and You came out in 2006, 2005.
11
really.
years.
Actually, it was 2005 because it was MySpace. I put it
Wow,
on.
yeah, that's
oh my
right.
God.
The end of
12 years.
2005.
And then later, I remember you put out a record with Nicki Minaj.
I did, The Boys.
Yeah, because I just remember the music video was so fly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was a record that I did. And Nikki heard it and she was like, yo, let's do this together. So that's how that worked.
What does Cassie do? Like when she's not, red carpets. Like what do you do?
I'm chilling. I literally am a chill.
Like, is there something
chill.
about Cassie that none of us?
I'm low key boring. Like, I mean, I live a very exciting life, but I'm very, very relaxed. I like to chill. I love to cook.
Oh, okay.
I mean, tidbit. I don't
There
know.
you go. Now we're getting.
I do. I love.
Now we know why this relationship is working.
Yes.
Are you part Filipino too?
I am. I'm half. My dad's Filipino.
How's your lumpia game? Your lumpia game
Oh,
is on
how's
fire.
your
pancit?
My pancit's good. Adobo's good. Lumpia, I'm still working on it. My dad is like the ultimate chef. He's a firefighter and he cooks for the fire department.
Shout out to Pops.
Shout out to Pops. Thank you, Dad, for teaching me.
So we gotta step your lumpia game up.
We gotta step. You know what
I
it
know
is?
what lumpia
It's
is.
the paper or whatever that is.
right.
Not the roll, not the paper. The roll.
The rap.
The wrap.
Yeah.
Talking about weed now. Sorry. But yeah,
I find that you're making special lumpia.
Special lumpia for
that's a
everyone
great
that walks
idea.
through the
It's
door.
a great idea. Smoke lumpia instead.
So
you
we
know
could
what I'm
smoke
saying?
it. We could smoke it
that
for
lumpia.
sure. No, I mean, I really am super chill. I love to do hot yoga. Have you tried it?
I've never done Bikram. Is that Bikram?
Yes, it's
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same thing. So I go to Russell's place. It's called Tantris.
How is that?
It's great. It's really, really great. I love it there.
So
Sweat
when you
it all
walk into
out.
Russell's yoga spot, it's just mad actors, actresses, models, everything. It's just like a celeb.
It's just all walks of life.
Everybody.
And then like if you're there on a consistent basis, you see people in there like really working for it that you don't know.
Are you required to listen to Russell talk to you about eating? Is that a part of the requirement?
About eating?
Or, his Eat Healthy, or do you have to like buy one of his books or hear him talk long
No,
about?
he gives me his books and I read them.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're not required to, because
Success and
sometimes sitting and
stillness.
listening to Russell can be its own.
Look, I took
journey.
a class with him, and when he did an inversion and went up, it was one I definitely could not do. I was like, I give it up. I give it all.
Russell's got more moves than you.
Look, he's a G.
He's about it.
Yeah.
So you cook well, your adobo game's on point, so that's a good look. You smoke weed, we got that. We know that. Are you big like spades, hang out? You play mahjong or any of the, you play any of the ill games? Any of the, because my Filipino friends, the old ladies sit in the garage and they play the mahjong where they fill the big dominoes on the bottom. You don't play that.
No.
So yoga, weed, cooking.
I'm afraid though, saying that people will confuse that and like think that I'm like supporting him though. You know what I'm saying? You know how people are, and then like it'll drive me nuts because I won't be able to explain to everybody, and I'll think that, oh my god, now they're like, if I see something like in a comment like, oh my god, I can't believe you're supporting him or something, and it'll make me think that everybody's thinking that. That's what I'm worried about. But it is a good idea. But what do you think people would? What can I put on that where it'll be positive that I'm like making fun of him and I'm not like supporting him or anything? I don't know. Yeah, you know how it is, and it'll drive me nuts just thinking that people are thinking because my worry. OCD crap.
New album.
Writing music, singing.
Writing music, been in studio, still working. Really just been in studio. It's pretty much the end of it, but
it is.
Working on my craft.
And
You know what I'm not bringing up?
What?
I act as well. So
well, that's why you're doing this mini movie.
Yes.
And would this be considered a mini movie or?
It's a short film. It's about 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's like 10 minutes.
Oh,
yeah.
I keep doing that.
So it's a long music video.
It's a long music video, and the music video, which I believe comes out when? Tomorrow.
It's out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Smoking too much weed, you don't even know the
Look,
day. You still
look,
smoking
you know what?
Sapphires from last night. That's
Sapphires
what happened.
got me. No, I'm kidding. No, we had an easy night. We went to go eat at cafeteria.
I've been in
Yeah.
cafeteria in so long.
I
Is
haven't
this still in the
either.
same place on
Yes,
17th?
that was on the
Same place?
7th.
Yeah, I love that.
Was it packed?
It's always kind of moving. It wasn't like super packed, but
I remember they used to have a line outside. You used to have to like.
it used to be difficult. to get
Mhm.
in. Yeah.
That's when I stopped going. I was like, I just want some fried chicken, and some mac and cheese.
Well,
Then
I know
get
you.
out
I
home.
know you have a lot going on, but as far as acting goes, are you working on any films?
I am not as of right now, but I did 2 films within like a year, like less than a year, and one of which I lived in South Africa for like 2.5 months, which was like the best experience I've ever had.
How is South Africa?
It's so beautiful. I was in Cape Town.
Cape Town.
Yeah, so that was Honey Free.
Wow.
And then before that was The Perfect Match that I did with Terrence.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, look, it's always great to see you.
It's always great to see you.
Salute to you on staying focused and staying out of the bullshit.
You know, I try.
You know what I mean? And keep putting out some great music. Y'all give it up one time. Cassie, what's the name of the short, the joint that's coming out?
The short?
Yeah, the short.
The short is To Love a Loser, but I just titled it Cassie.
Cassie, there it is.
Yeah.
Give it up to Cassie one time. Hot 97.
Okay. This was, I just added, it's just like a news one, but I'm going to skip this one. That's the last one. And then hold on, let me do the last thing. In 2018, the last thing I have to say about the whole timeline thing is, so the last part of it is, so in September 2018, she joined, what do we call him? P. Dookie? P. Dookie, P. Diddy, for dinner at an Italian restaurant. So they were already basically like kind of broke up. She was, you know what I'm saying? They were kind of done. She was trying to leave him, but she joined him for dinner in September 2018. What she believed would be a discussion. Oh, it was a discussion about breaking up. So concluding their relationships, they're supposed to talk and end the relationship for good. So they go out to dinner, and then after dinner, P. Dookie and Cassie returned to Cassie's home, which was paid. It says it was paid for by jerk P. Diddy, and then so he forced himself onto her in her apartment, tried to kiss her. She told him to stop. He attempted to push him away. He forcibly pulled her clothes off. He basically took her clothes off, unbuckled his belt, proceeded to R her. While she's trying to thinking they're gonna have a dinner where they're gonna be adults and end the relationship, he R's her, and she's said no and tried to push him away, and then after that it says she took steps to completely separate herself from her abuser, and including leaving the home that he paid for and returning the car he purchased for her. And then, so she left the home and then returned the car. But then what was the thing? The one little bit I'm missing, and it's not that she has to have a reason, but what was it that made her push her to sue him or to do the civil lawsuit where she got the $20 million? What was that? What was there something, or she just decided to? Or I'm wondering if there was something. Well, it could be this R right here, but I just wonder what was the date of that? Hold on, because that's what sparked it all with what's going on now. You know what I'm saying? That her suit against him for, hold on, let me see what the state was, because I wonder if there's something that made her like, ooh, I'm gonna do this. Or I mean, she has every right. I would have done the same thing. That's bull crap. Okay, hold on, let's see, what year is this? 2023. So I mean, she ended at 2018. So 5 years later, she ends up he settles out of court basically and gives her, I think, does she get $20 million because he just settles? But I wonder, she just said, I wonder if she just was like, well, screw this, like this bullcrap, look what you ruined my life. Or I just wonder if there's something that triggered that. That's all. I'm curious because I don't know what happened in those in between years. Do you guys? Let me see something. Let's see what happened, because I don't know the rest of the timeline between from 2018 to 20. I just want to see what it says. From 2018, it says the relationship deteriorated, culminating in a lawsuit and public scrutiny of their past. Here's a breakdown of what happened in that period. Oh, cool. Look, let's see. Here we go. Okay. So let's see what AI says. Let me make this bigger. And that'll conclude the timeline. This is the missing piece. Okay, so 2018 breakup. Cassie and Diddy ended their decade-long relationship. The news was made public in October 2018. Wait, what date did I have for September is when they did the dinner. So September dinner, and then they made it public in October after he R'd her. He had to get one. Anyway, he's just, I hope he doesn't get off with this. I hope he gets a lot of years, but I'm nervous that he's not. I mean, he's going to get that one charge for sure, but I don't know if he'll get the big ones. I hope. Anyway, so it says Diddy's desire for more children. Earlier in the year, Diddy had expressed a desire to have more children, specifically with Cassie. May 2025. Okay, I'm not going to go. Then in 2019, Cassie married her personal trainer, Alex Fine, in September 2019 after a brief courtship. He was actually Diddy's trainer, right? But I don't think they didn't meet that way. Or did they meet that way? I know he was Diddy's trainer. Well, they didn't get together until after her. But wait a minute. Now I don't know. Maybe she did meet him when he was a Diddy's trainer. Do you know? I'll have to look that up. But anyway, so she ends up marrying him in 2019. In 2023, she files a lawsuit in November and accusing him of physical abuse, trafficking during the relationship. The lawsuit was settled the day after it was filed. Those details of the settlement were not disclosed at this time. So our physical, okay, so that's basically what happened. She gets married in 2019. They become publicly, they announced their breakup. So the September 2018 is when he R's her. They try to go to dinner for the breakup, and then that next month, freaking they make it public that they broke up, and then she ends up getting married that next year. And then 4 years after she gets married, she does the lawsuit against him. Okay. Okay. So there's the timeline. Oh, look, I could have probably had it all AI'd for me or this way, but I didn't do it that way. I went by, I just like got all the videos I could find and then put the dates and then like filled it in with the different stuff that happened to her. But no, I'm glad I did it that way because you know what? It made it my own. Anyway, so that's the timeline. Now I don't know if you guys want to go over what happened in the trial today. Do you guys want to go over that real quick? That I figured we could do, I could read this here. It looks like this person from Washington Post maybe does a good breakdown of some of the stuff that happened today. So it says Sean and his team are sitting at their table now. This 8:47 a.m. today, it says, as our government prosecutors, Combs is wearing a navy blue sweater and a white collared shirt, a bit of a departure from the lighter colors he has favored for the first few weeks of trial. He is deep in conversation with attorney Nicole Westermoreland as he takes his go to trial notepad, a blue spiral notebook, the kind that you find at most drugstores, out of his bag. At one point, Westermoreland, who was standing, covered her mouth as if in laughter and leaned over Combs. Wait, so he's his blue sweater, white colored shirt, deep in conversation with her, takes his thing out. Huh. Anyway, and then the government also talked about Capricorn Clark, though not by name, in its opening statement on May 12th. Okay, wait. Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson opened the prosecutor's statement by talking about an incident during which Sean allegedly broke into a man's home in a fit of jealousy, looking for his on and off girlfriend at the time, Cassie. Johnson described Combs rousing an assistant and forcing her to go to the man's home. Wait, Johnson described Combs as rousing an assistant and forcing her to go to the man's home. We know now from last week's testimony that the man was actor and musician Kid Cudi. Wait. Okay. The assistant in this story was likely Clark. Under the racketeering count, there's an allegation of kidnapping against Combs. Courtroom discussion Tuesday morning suggests that upcoming testimony will cover the kidnapping charge. Okay, so the government has called Capricorn Clark, a former assistant to Sean Combs, to the stand. Clark is wearing a light-colored long-sleeve crew neck top and thick black eyeglasses. And her long and dark hair is in a ponytail. Capricorn Clark testified that she worked as an assistant for Combs from 2004 to 2012 after jobs at Def Jam and Death Row Records. So, okay. She later came back to work under Combs in 2016, this time as a creative director for Cassie. Clark held the role until 2018. Okay, so she worked for him and she's been working for him for a while. So an assistant from 2004 to 12 Wow. And then she came back in 2016. And then until 2018, the government also teed up a point it will surely come back to, that Clark said she was kidnapped by Combs in December 2011. And remember, yeah, December 2011 is when Cassie had that fling or that quick brief relationship with Kid Cudi, was in December 2011. And then also with the extortion to Cassie's mom with the email and the $20,000 was December 23rd. And then the freaking blowing up his car was February 2012, which was a couple months after that. So that's it. Yep, it's all relevant. I mean, all is not a coincidence here. Okay, so Clark testifies that Combs once threatened to kill her. Sean Diddy Combs kept a cool demeanor when he allegedly threatened to kill his employee, Capricorn Clark, over her past connection to his rival, Suge Knight. Wow. The ex-employee told the jury on Tuesday, Combs was apparently furious that Clark did not disclose her formal employment with Knight. Oh, so he was mad because she never told him that she worked for Suge Knight, a fellow rap entrepreneur whom Combs has a deep hatred for, according to testimony. Clark said Combs and a large bodyguard known as Uncle Paulie brought her to a spot in Central Park to send her a menacing message close to the time she started working for Combs in 2004. Wow. Uncle Paulie brought her to a spot in Central Park. Wow. What? Huh. Combs told me he didn't know what I had anything to do with Suge Knight. That I had anything to do with Suge Knight. And if anything happened, he would have to kill me, Clark testified. The witness said she continued working with Combs because she felt she could have been more transparent. There was nothing I could do in Central Park to tell him I was a trustworthy person, Clark said. Clark is one of a number of witnesses being called to support the prosecution's theory that Combs and members of his inner circle regularly threatened and abused people, including love interests and members of his staff. Combs allegedly had beef with 50 Cent. So this is 9:57 a.m. today. Capricorn Clark appeared nervous on the stand as she recounted a couple of incidents involving Sean Combs, her former boss. She described one incident at MTV when Combs was doing press with rapper 50 Cent. Combs and an entertainment manager. Combs and an entertainment manager who worked for both Combs and 50 Cent got into an elevator, she recalled. They were having a back and forth, Clark said, recounting the conversation between Combs and the manager. She remembered Combs saying, I don't like all the back and forth. I like guns. And Combs was discussing 50 Cent, Clark said, and she perceived his tone as very serious. Oh, hold on. I meant to make this bigger. So wait a minute. So, oh shoot, I made it bigger. Now I got to see where I left off. Sorry. Okay, so so he had the same entertainment manager as 50 Cent. Okay. Huh. All right. So then at 10:10 a.m., Capricorn said she developed alopecia due to the stress of working for Sean Combs. Alopecia, which causes hair loss, is an immune disease that can be triggered by a number of causes, including stress. Clark said she was paid $65,000 a year as his personal assistant. Which, to be his personal assistant, imagine what his demands were and what she went through. That's not a lot, because you bet he probably worked her so hard, and the stuff she had to go through. She should have got paid way more than that, dude. Like seriously, I can imagine what she had to do for that. I wouldn't have stayed. Wow. Anyway, as much money as he's making, that was his personal assistant. He couldn't pay her more than that. Anyway, so at 10:10 a.m., working for Combs was dangerous business, according to Clark's testimony. A former assistant to Sean Combs said someone threatened to throw her in the East River over some missing jewelry, according to testimony given Tuesday morning. Wow. Capricorn Clark was accused of the theft in 2004, a couple months after she began working for Combs, she said. Clark was handed some diamond jewelry that was given to Combs on a loan from Jacob Arabo, known in hip-hop circles as Jacob the Jeweler. Combs gave her the bag of jewelry before the flight to Miami. Soon afterwards, she realized the jewelry was missing, Clark said. Combs directed her to stay in New York while he continued to work in Miami. Clark continued. She was accompanied by a security staffer who went back to her home and searched it. Wow. The next day, Clark said she was taken to a building she was unfamiliar with. It would later become the headquarters for Bad Boys, Combs' company. She was taken to the 6th floor, which was dilapidated and unfinished, she said, and directed to sit at a 6-foot-long folding table. At the table was a man Clark had never seen before, whom she described as very wide, about 5 of me. Clark estimated holding her arms outstretched to show the man's girth. The man, who she said was chain smoking cigarettes and drinking black coffee when she encountered him, gave her a lie detector test and questioned her about the jewelry, Clark testified. Clark was jumpy and nervous, and it was throwing off the lie detector, she recalled. The man told her he would throw her in the East River if she couldn't calm down, she said. Oh my God. Okay, so then we had, that was at 10:10. So now at 10:25, Combs prized obedience from Ventura, Clark testified. Singer and actress Cassie Ventura was paraded in front of Capricorn Clark and another female employee as Sean Diddy Combs told them that they were too disobedient to get a man like him. Oh, they were too disobedient to get a man like him. Clark said Combs called Ventura, one of his many girlfriends, to the Los Angeles home where they were. Wait, Clark said Combs called Ventura, one of his many girlfriends, to the Los Angeles home where they were and told her to spin around and model for them on his command. Ventura, one of Combs' main accusers at the trial, followed his order. Did you see that? Combs said to Clark, according to her testimony. That's why you bees don't have a man. Wow. What year was that, I wonder? Huh. 10:42 a.m. Janice Combs arrives at court for her son's trial Tuesday. This is his mom. Sean Combs' mother is back at the courthouse Tuesday, her first appearance since the trial began 2 weeks ago. Oh, what? I thought she's been there. Wait, what? Her first appearance? Huh. Well, her absence alongside Combs's children last week raised some speculation online. Photos on social media showed that they were celebrating Combs' twin daughters, Jessie and Delilah, who graduated high school Thursday. The family was also together days earlier for the twins' prom. Then you have at 10:50 a.m., Combs was frequently violent with staffers, Clark testified. Sean Combs was often violent with his staffers, Capricorn Clark testified. Nothing that he fought with men and women who worked for him. What? Or noting, that's why I'm reading the word wrong. Noting that he fought with men and women who worked for him. Clark, who worked for Combs in a variety of roles, described Combs throwing phones at male security staff and a barber when he was upset. He also once got violent with her in the summer of 2006, she alleged, while she was staying with him in his Miami mansion on Star Island. Wait, she was. Wow. Other assistants for Combs have testified that it was customary for those working with Combs to live in his homes. The violence against her, Clark said, was preceded by an incident during which Combs got upset with her for taking too long getting back after running an errand. See, your problem is you want a life and you can't have that here, Clark said Combs told her upon her return. The next day, Clark grumbled to Combs' personal chef that she hates it here after being told there was no turkey bacon. Annoyed, the chef stepped outside of the kitchen to relay Clark's comments to Combs, who was standing on the back deck of his home. He charged me, Clark said. She described Combs running towards her, then pushing her back forcefully on her shoulders. If you hate it here, get the F out of my house, Clark said in a shaky voice as she recalled what Combs told her during the incident. She left Bad Boy Combs' company shortly after, she said. That was my crossing boundary, Clark said, her voice tightening. Capricorn Clark is now detailing an incident of alleged kidnapping in December 2011. Clark said she was kidnapped by Sean after Combs found out that Kid Cudi was dating his on and off girlfriend at the time, Cassie Ventura. Combs allegedly showed up at ex-assistant's doors with a gun in his hand. Sean Combs said he was going to kill Kid Cudi the morning he discovered his relationship with Cassie Ventura, according to testimony from a former personal assistant. Capricorn Clark said Combs banged on her door between 5:30 and 6 a.m. on December 22nd, 2011. It sounded like metal clanging against her metal door, she recalled. She opened the door, Combs looking furious with a gun in his hand and his dress slacks ripped at the crotch. Combs entered Clark's apartment with a gun. Why didn't you tell me? Clark recalled Combs saying, referring to Cudi. Get dressed. We're going to kill him. Combs continued, according to Clark. Clark said that she told Combs she didn't want to go, but that Combs said he didn't care. I'd never seen anything like this before, Clark said. Combs had never visited her at her home before, and she had never seen him with a weapon, she testified. The way he was acting, I just felt like anything could happen. Man. Combs threatened to kill Kid Cudi on day of break-in, Clark testifies. Capricorn Clark described a brief car chase that took place in the morning. Sean Combs allegedly broke into Kid Cudi's home. Clark said she was swept into a Cadillac Escalade after Combs banged on her door in the early morning hours of December 22nd, 2011. Combs, and a security staffer went in the SUV to Kid Cudi's Hollywood Hills home. Wow. Clark said she called Cassie Ventura on her burner phone after seeing Combs and the security staffer go into the home. Cassie, what the F? Clark recalled saying in her testimony. Clark described Combs coming to her house that morning with a gun, and that Combs had taken Clark to Kid Cudi's house to kill him. Man. Wonder if he was home, if he would have killed him, shot him. I don't know. Kid Cudi overheard the conversation and sped from his location at the Sunset Marquis Hotel to his home. Clark said she remembered seeing Cudi pull up to the Escalade before speeding up the hill. Away from the home in the SUV. So remember at first he was saying like he was going to go home and like fight him or whatever, but then realized he's going to call the cops. I bet you that's what happened, right? Combs and the security staffer were outside by this point, and the Escalade gave chase. Clark said, wait, what? So they were outside by this point, and the Escalade started chasing him maybe, but Cudi lost him. Yeah, okay. Their SUV turned around. Clark said, and sirens headed to Cuddy's house could be heard blaring past. Wow. Sirens appear to calm down. The sirens appear to calm Combs down, Clark said. He just started to, maybe for the first time that morning, pull himself together, Clark said. Wow, he might have killed him if he would have went to the house. If Cuddy would have actually went to the house instead of calling the cops. Wow. Clark said she told Cassie Ventura's mother to call the police. After learning that Cassie Ventura had a relationship with another famous hip hop star, Sean brutally kicked her as she lay on the floor of his Los Angeles home in 2011. His former assistant testified tearfully on Tuesday. Wow. The witness, Capricorn Clark, told the jury in a breaking voice that Combs was enraged after he learned in December 2011 about Ventura's romance with Kid Cudi, whose real name is Scott Muscudi. Ventura was on the ground in full fetal position, Clark said. She wasn't doing anything. She was crying silently. Clark described being too scared to call the police on Combs, who she said had a gun and wanted to kill Muscudi. The witness said she did call Ventura's mother. He's beating the shit out of your daughter. Man, Clark said. She told Regina Ventura, I can't call the police, but you can. Please help her. So wait, this was in 2011? And her mom, I mean, I know her mom can't make her do anything, but I was going to say her mom let her stay with him for like 7 more years. Like, gosh. Because think about it, she stayed with him for 7 more years after this incident. And then her family is seeing her go on TV and interviews saying how, like, saying nice things about him and like being by his side to events. Oh, man. Oh. Anyway, okay. Clark said she lost her job after reporting alleged kidnapping. Capricorn Clark finished her direct questioning discussing the end of her time at Bad Boy. Clark said she reported the events of December 22nd, 2011, the day she was kidnapped after Sean Combs found out Cassie had been seeing Kid Cudi. The two Bad Boy execs, she reported the events December 22nd to 2 Bad Boy execs, the head of human resources and Harv Pierre, the president of the company at the time. So she reported it. Wow. That's crazy, but it's going to be okay, she recalled Pierre telling her in response. Yeah, they didn't do crap. Not long after, she said she was put on a 30-day notice. She was put on it after being let go. By now, she was global brand director. She said Combs told her she'd never work again, that he'd showed her she had no friends, that he'd show her she had no friends, and that he'd make me kill myself, Clark said. She soon lined up a job offer, but that fell through, Clark said. She struggled to find and keep employment afterward. Clark ended up returning to work as Ventura's creative director in 2016, work she had done at the time of the Cudi incident. Oh, so that's why. So she worked from him from 2004 up until 2012. That's why because of this whole incident, but then he hired her back in 2016. She testified that Ventura's drug use had spiked during that period and that Combs still approved everything Ventura did. She left the job in 2018. Clark also testified that she had met with Combs' attorney in April 2024, a few months after Ventura filed her trafficking lawsuit. It traumatized me, Clark said of the complaint. Huh. Why did she meet with Combs' attorney, though? I'm trying to... During that meeting, Clark said she and Combs' lawyers discussed what took place in December 2011, and there were talks about Clark joining Combs to work as his chief of staff and of Combs entering rehab. Clark never heard from his attorneys again after that meeting, she said, also trying to kind of like buy her off, like, oh, you could be what was the title? Chief of staff. So she just stays hush hush on it. She doesn't say anything, right? But wonder why she never heard from him. Clark wanted to work with Combs again despite alleged abuse. It was as recently as April 2024 that former employee Capricorn Clark wanted to work for Sean Diddy Combs, who she said had accused who she has accused of abusing her, kidnapping her, and psychologically tormenting her for years. Clark conceded on cross-exam that during a meeting last year with Combs' lawyers, Mark Ignifilo and Tenny Garagos, she brought up wanting to become Combs' chief of staff. Clark also had a lawyer present at the time. Federal investigators already begun investigating Combs and had executed search warrants at 2 of his homes. Clark testified that she was aware of those developments. That discussion of a new job possibility happened about 6 years after Clark left Combs' employment. Clark last worked for him in 2018, doing a job that involved assisting Ventura in her music career. Clark also testified earlier that Combs threatened to kill her multiple times to ruin her life if she didn't comply with his various demands. She also said she was traumatized from watching Combs repeatedly kick a weeping Ventura in a fit of fury over her relationship with Kid Cudi in 2011. Why would you even go back to work for $65,000 a year? It's not like you're getting paid a ton. I mean, I'm not saying that that's not good money for somebody like me, it is, but like for somebody that's working for at one point he was a billionaire. I mean, can you imagine like what he has her do? He should be paying her a lot freaking more than that. So for that job, but I get it, like he was making it so she couldn't even find a job anywhere else because he had all these connections. She probably was struggling. Can't even find a job. She has to work for this piece of crap. Oh, anyway, oh, you're green. You said, yay. Is somebody gifted memberships? I don't know. I don't see anybody. Did somebody gift it? Huh. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, I missed it. But why? That's weird because it's not showing up under my starred thing. Usually anybody that does gifted memberships or super chats, it goes under my stars. And nothing's showing up. That's weird. Are you sure it was today, Casey? Because it would show up. Huh, unless there was some kind of glitch and it didn't show up, but then now I can't thank him because it didn't show up. Huh. Okay. Okay, so now at 12:14 p.m., Clark told Combs she had the biggest crush on him. Whoa. Okay. During the start of Capricorn Clark's cross-exam, Sean Combs was leaning intently over the defense table, his hands clasped on top of it, as Clark was being questioned. Let me look up this person. Why was I picturing like an older lady? But then now I'm thinking maybe she was an older lady. I don't know. What was her name? Capricorn Clark. Let me see what she looks like. I'm just curious. I'm a visual person, and I was picturing just like somebody that I just want to have the proper picture of who I'm picturing. Capricorn Clark. Oh wow, that's not who I was picturing. Like an image, not at all. She is an older lady, at least now, I guess. She probably was. So here, when I type her in, right here is what she looks like now. But that's probably like when she was younger. Okay. Hold on. Is that her? Yeah. Tells jurors the hit mogul kidnapped her. Kind of has a Cassie look in a way, huh? Oh, there she is without sunglasses. Okay. It's crazy how sunglasses, when you see somebody with sunglasses, how you picture like how basically eyes could make somebody look totally different if you're like picturing like you see somebody's sunglasses, you're picturing what they look like, and then they take them off and their eyes or whatever is so different right here that it's like, whoa. It's not what I was picturing with the glasses on. Oh, is that her too? There's some pictures from the court, from the trial. And that's her way back in 2005. Wow, there she is with Cassie in 2008. Okay. Biggest crush on you. I started working for you before I started working for you. Did you ever know that I had the biggest crush on you before I started working for you? So I guess that's probably coming back up where she says that. Says Clark took the stand, told the court she started working with Death Row Records after graduating college with Diddy's rival Suge Knight as her manager. Wow. Oh, Tupac. I love Tupac. It's 1996. Wow. So now we got Clark said she was upset that her relationship with Cassie got in the way of her job with Diddy. What? And she was upset that her relationship with Cassie got in the way of her job with. I don't get that though. No wait, huh? It's a car. When it, evil. Okay. All righty. Where are we now? Wait, where's what I was just reading? Where'd it go, guys? Here it is. No, it isn't. Oh, here it is. Okay. All right. So it says during the start of her cross exam, so now she's getting crossed by his lawyers. Sean was leaning intently over the defense table, his hands clasped on top of it as Clark was being questioned. Under Combs, Clark had various positions. She was hired as his personal assistant in 2004 before eventually becoming a global brand director. Anything involving his name and likeness fell under her purview, Clark said. Before they worked together, the pair had a very platonic friendship after meeting through a mutual friend in 2002, according to Clark. Mark Agnifilio, Combs's lead counsel, questioned Clark about texts that she had sent Combs, in which she then about texts that she had sent Combs, in which she told him that she had the biggest crush on him. Clark wondered if they ever had misused all that dope chemistry in the message. Clark wondered if they had misused all that dope chemistry in the message. Okay. Agnifilo briefly questioned Clark about that early period, prompting her to say she remembered those days fondly. He is now asking her about the first year she worked for Combs. Clark had an on and off working relationship with Combs. Defense attorney Mark queried Capricorn Clark about the nature of the work she did for Sean, as well as their relationship. Clark began work as a personal assistant, then a personal liaison. She testified, oh my God, I'm not reading very good. She was a sounding board for Combs' Vote or Die campaign in 2004. Clark was fired for 3 to 4 weeks that year. 3 to 4 weeks, she said, after an incident which diamond jewelry entrusted to her care had gone missing. Clark said she was held on a dilapidated floor in the Bad Boy building all day for 5 days. All day for 5 days to answer questions while hooked up to a lie detector machine. Ignifilio asked her if she ever went to human resources at Bad Boy about that incident. Clark said she had not. I was happy to be fired, Clark testified under cross, saying she rested during that time. Combs' 35th birthday party at Cipriani, I don't know, in New York, brought Clark back into the fold. She said after another member of Combs' inner circle asked her to work on the celebrity guest list. Clark left again in 2006 after an incident where she alleged Combs pushed her violently at his Miami home. Ignifio was about to question Clark about her returning to work for Combs' clothing line just before the lunch recess. Clark had gotten emotional describing the nature of the relationship and the work she did for Combs. I think I was a really good employee for her, she said, adding that it was complicated right before Agnolio paused questioning. As the court was breaking for lunch, the prosecution said it felt that it was ahead of schedule in presenting its case against Sean Diddy Combs. The government had initially asked for 6 weeks, but says it's on pace to finish in 5. A light cheer echoed through the press room. Judge Subramanian has previously said he's aiming to have the case wrapped up by the July 4th holiday weekend. At 1:04 p.m., unraveling Combs' cases, allegations, parties, and major moments. Sean Diddy Combs could be sent to prison for life if convicted at his trial on federal sex. Oh, so it says, but regardless of the trial's outcome, the hip hop mogul must also contend with more than 80 people who have filed SA lawsuits. Wow, against him since November 2023. More than 80 people filed lawsuits. Wow. Combs' blanket denials of wrongdoing have not stopped accusers from stepping forward with more lawsuits expected to be filed. He's going to be broke. So even if he doesn't get filed or doesn't get found guilty, dude, he's probably going to be broke by the end of it. And then nobody's going to want to hire him after that if he doesn't go to jail. I mean, he's done, I would think. Together, the complaints tell stories of physical and emotional abuse that span Combs' decades-long music career. Here are key. Okay, my internet is low. I could see it. Shoot. While cross-examining Capricorn, Clark picked up on a line of questioning he started before the lunch, during which he asked Clark about her decision to stop working for Sean in 2006. On her job as assistant that year, after he got violent with her, she got a working on projects for R. Kelly and Sierra. Can you guys still hear me good? Ignifio asked Combs if, hold on. Ignifilo. Can you guys not see me? My internet's low. I could see the thing and it's like, it stopped for a minute, but are you guys not seeing me good? I hope. I'm going to read the rest of this of what happened. You can't see me? Now I'm good, right? Okay. So Mark asked if Combs was supportive of her leaving, but Clark was non-committal. I don't remember him being so unsupportive of the move, she said. She also seemed to push back on a suggestion that Combs helped her get the job. Mark then asked about the pay bump she got when she worked at Jive Zumba. Clark seemed to think Mark was implying that she left her job with Combs to get more money, which she pushed back on. That's not why I went there, Clark said, shaking her head vigorously. I'm just going to call him Mark, the Agnifilo. It's easier to say, and his name's Mark. If you're wondering why I'm reading Mark instead of Agnifilo, because that's his first name. All right. Capricorn Clark has been an interesting and very animated presence on the stand. Member of Sean Combs' inner circle for years, Clark appeared nervous and emotional at times. She choked up, recalling several violent incidents involving Combs, and again when describing how much she loved her work as creative director. At times, Clark appeared to shrink in her chair, but Clark also seemed self-assured under cross, pushing back on questions from Combs' attorney. She was especially confident when talking about her work and recalling various meetings and personalities. Clark's nails were also notable. The former creative director occasionally talks with her hands, and she's sporting long, dark, pointing nails. And we saw the pictures of what she looked like coming out of court. Ventura grew more entitled as she dated Combs. That's what Clark says. Okay, let's see. Cassie Ventura became more entitled and less devoted to her career when she began dating Sean Combs. His former employee testified on cross-exam. Capricorn Clark, who held various positions for Combs companies, said Ventura's expectation level was increasing, as if her status had changed by dating Combs. Years after she left his employ, Combs hired Clark back to assist Ventura with a record deal. She got a little bit more bravado, being his girlfriend the longer it lasted, Clark testified, adding, like sometimes she thought I was being paid to help her. Part of Clark's answer was struck from the record after a prosecution objection. She went from being a sweet model to a feisty girlfriend, Clark said. The defense has argued that while Ventura was physically abused by Combs, she was not trafficked and took part in freak-offs voluntarily. They said that she was heavily focused on being around Combs as much as possible, but was never forced into anything. Ventura has been driven by chronic jealousy over the fact that Combs was never fully committed to her. His defense team has suggested Clark's testimony could serve to suggest that Ventura craved the stature that came with being in a romantic relationship with Combs. Defense looks to weaken Clark's kidnapping claim. Sean Combs' lead counsel, Mark, is trying to chip away at Capricorn's claim that Combs kidnapped her in December 2011, suggesting instead that Clark made the choice to join Combs because she wanted to stop her boss from doing something stupid. Clark testified that Combs, armed with a gun, took her against her will to Kid Cudi's home after Combs discovered that Cudi and Cassie were dating. Mark pointed to comments Clark allegedly made during a meeting between Clark himself and Tenny Garagos, who also represents Combs in 2024. Clark allegedly said she went with Combs so he wouldn't do something stupid. Wow. That comment might undermine Clark's claim that she was kidnapped, or at least show some inconsistency in how Clark described the event. Clark pushed back, saying that she didn't recall making the comment and that her fear of Combs doing something stupid was not the reason she left her apartment. I did not want to go, Clark said. It was not my choice, sir. And then Capricorn Clark just said she vacationed in south of France and Italy with Rihanna in 2012 after she was fired from employment with Sean Combs. Throughout her testimony, Clark has acknowledged having a number of famous friends and acquaintances from her time in the music industry. More details on Clark's call to Ventura during alleged Kid Cudi break-in. Defense attorney Mark pressed Capricorn to recall the events of December 22nd, 2011, picking apart details from her testimony Tuesday morning. Sorry, I haven't read this yet either, so I'm trying to absorb it. Mark homed in on Clark's recollection of being in front of Kid Cudi's house with Sean Combs and a security staffer after the trio pulled up to Kid Cudi's home. Clark previously testified that Combs said in a rage that he was going to kill Cudi, and that once outside of Cudi's home, she called Ventura to tell her what was happening. Clark said she wasn't aware that Cudi was with Ventura at the time and that Cudi overheard the conversation. Clark recalled telling Ventura that Combs was at Cudi's house and had a gun. Mark pressed Clark on whether she was sure she said Combs had a gun, a detail that hadn't been mentioned by Ventura or Cudi. A musician and actor whose legal name is Scott Muscudi, when they took the stand, so they're saying, okay, so when he recalled it, he didn't say she said she had a gun, or that he had a gun. And I guess Cassie didn't say that either. It sounds like on the stand. I don't know. Clark said she had no doubt that she said that. Pressed to supply more details about a call, Clark said she made to actress Lauren London. Oh, Lauren London. Wasn't that the other girl that was interviewed on March, or now I know them by the dates. I think it was March 8th. 2016, right? Yeah, the one that was with Nipsey. Yeah, that was her name. Okay, let's see. Pressed to supply more details about a call Clark said she made to actress Laura London at the time of the alleged break-in. Clark eventually said that it was a long time ago and that she may not remember when and in what order she made the calls. Wow. Huh, so I wonder how much that Laura London knew about the crap that Cassie was going through with Puff. So during that interview, maybe she knew more than what, she was, that we thought. Wow. Huh. Anyway, okay. So now we're looking at 3:33 p.m. Clark gets emotional during testimony about Ventura and getting fired. Witness Capricorn Clark sobbed uncontrollably as she accused Cassie Ventura of wanting her gone. What? And getting her fired from her job with Sean Combs after a love triangle episode involving Combs, Ventura, and rapper Kid Cudi. A few beats later, Clark credited Ventura for getting her a new gig under Combs years later. As she accused Cassie Ventura of wanting her gone? What? And getting her fired from her job? I don't understand. So she's saying that she accused Cassie of wanting like herself gone and getting her fired. What? Huh? I don't get it. The mixed messaging echoed earlier parts of Clark's testimony when she seemed to be critical of Ventura. I felt that I was somewhat of a protector to Combs, and if you could get me away from him, he wouldn't have someone looking after his back. Clark testified. Okay. And in an email to Combs, Clark suggested that everyone in the in an email to Combs, Clark suggested that everyone else in the inner circle knew that Ventura was seeing Kid Cudi, whose real name is Scott Muscudi. In retrospect, I was the only one that was gone. Ventura was still there, and things were getting worse, Clark added, losing her composure entirely. What? Huh. During testimony, that was incomprehensible at times. Clark was shown emails in which she pleaded with Combs to forgive her. Apparently for not telling him about Ventura and Cuddy in 2011. She told the jury that in begging him for forgiveness, she was desperate to get her life back. Her work, she testified, through years was to keep Combs acting in a professional manner and to inspire people so they know they can do it. See, I think she was jealous of Cassie because, like, she had a crush on Sean Pookie, P. Pookie, or Dookie. It's Dookie. Sorry. Why did I say Pookie? Dookie. P. Dookie. But I think she admitted having a crush on him. She was probably jealous of Cassie, it sounds like. Some of the stuff, it's coming across that way. Wow. All right, now we're looking at 3:40 p.m. today. Prosecution tries to get Clark back on track during redirect. After a messy cross-exam, Assistant U.S. Attorney Mitzi Steiner tried to get Capricorn Clark back on track during the government's redirect. Clark, a member of Sean Combs' inner circle for years, testified Tuesday morning that she was kidnapped by her boss in 2011. An incident that is part of the government's racketeering case against Combs. During cross-exam, Clark made clear that she blamed her former client, Cassie, for pushing her out of Combs' circle and that she had sought to resume good standing with Combs. Steiner asked Clark about her claims that Combs blacklisted her from the music industry after they parted ways in 2012. Clark said that Combs and the music exec Andrew Harrell, an early mentor to Combs, followed her around when she sought employment at the creative artist agency. Steiner also asked Clark to clarify details about her April 2024 meeting with Combs' lawyer. Clark said they discussed having her serve as Combs' chief of staff, though she noted she wasn't the one to first bring it up. In her view, Clark explained it would be a better strategy for Combs to see her as not a threat. Well. They followed her around when she saw him. Wow. So they followed her around to make sure she didn't get a job, right? Wow. Yeah, I think she is jealous of, or she was. All right. For his last question to Capricorn Clark, defense attorney Mark asked about a comment she made during an April 2024 meeting in which he was present between Clark and Sean Combs' lawyers. Clark recounted a conversation she had with Cassie years ago in which Clark allegedly told Cassie she should end her romantic relationship with Combs. Cassie's response, Clark paraphrased to Combs' lawyers. Jay-Z was taken. Who would she date? See, I'm almost wondering, like, this jealousy, like, is this, I don't even know. Do you think she really said that? So she's saying that wow. Clark. So when they say recounted, okay, Clark recounted a conversation she had with Cassie Ventura years ago in which Clark allegedly told Ventura she should end her romantic relationship with Combs, and Ventura says Jay-Z was taken. Who would she date? When they're saying to recount a conversation, or when they're saying that, hold on. For the last question, Mark asked about a comment she made during an April 2024 meeting at which she was present I wish he was present between Clark and Sean. Okay, I see now. I was wondering, when did they ask her that there, or was it a previous meeting? But okay, so it was in 2024 is when he heard Clark say that Cassie said that years ago. Okay. Man, I sense some tension and jealousy here. It took longer than expected to wrap up Capricorn Clark's testimony on Tuesday, and Judge Aaron Subramanian excused the jury nearly 30 minutes past the usual 3 p.m. time. Once jurors left, the government said tomorrow it planned on calling Los Angeles Police Department officer and Los Angeles Fire Department arson investigator to the stand, as well as stylist Deontay Nash. The government said it would also like to recall alleged victim Mia to the stand Wednesday. Mia is a pseudonym for one of Combs' former employees, so she's not going to share her real name. Wow, then, guys, that's interesting. So that's what happened today. What's her name? Clark was this witness. So there you go. I like this breakdown. This person, I'm gonna have to go. Washington Post had a pretty good, thorough report on what's going on. I bet you if I go to a couple other reporters, it fills in probably all the blanks, because not everybody's gonna be able to catch everything, but that's good enough right now. I feel like it told us a lot. Whoa, all these emails. Where are all these emails coming from? Why do I keep getting this private video shared with me pretending to be YouTube? Dang it. Well, 1 second. Let me see if there's anything. So I did want to share, hold on, where's it at? Oh, I need to delete this. Let me do, where's that one I wanted to play? Hold on, Cassie's 21st birthday. I showed that awards. Yep, I showed that. Actually, I could erase those. So I want to play this quick little short of his family walking out of court. I think it was last week sometime. I wonder what his kids think. I mean, I feel like his kids are used to having all this luxury. They're probably freaking scared of losing it all, because they're probably spoiled. Like, all right, hold on. Let me find this little short I wanted to play. Really quick. Order that. Oh, I have it actually. That's right. I freaking downloaded it. Hold on there, God. I got it under my folder. Right here.
Oh, that's Trangarat.
Who? You know who people are? I have no idea who people are.
What's it like in the courtroom?
Any comments?
His daughter's mother.
Daughter's mother? Which daughter?
Chance's mother.
That's that Chance's mother. That was that person that was on that Italy boat trip where he's like, oh, co-parenting, and that was her coming out of the trial.
Beautiful.
That's her mother right there. That's the mother.
Janice Combs.
That's what I'm confused. They said this was from last week. Why did that paragraph from today say that was her? Didn't you guys take it as saying that was her first appearance at the trial in weeks? This is from last week. So that's why I was a little bit confused, because like, wait, I'm pretty sure I've seen her. I've heard she was there, but there she is.
Looking good, looking good. Miss Combs. Good.
Miss Combs, God bless you, Miss Combs. There goes the beautiful twins. Girls, hang in there.
Hang in there.
Wow, the Suns.
Those the sun. For you, Diddy.
It's just like
For you, Diddy. Gotta stay focused.
oh yeah, you're right.
God bless. Girls, stay focused. This is live footage. Kids, keep your head up. 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 It's hard. I'm sure.
It's done.
Kids, you know what I'm saying?
The crazy thing is, I feel like some of them are going to repeat that crap, and I'm not saying. I mean, I know they've probably been through some stuff, and this is the really only life they know. But it's not an excuse. And yeah, because I heard about his sons, at least the one, and then Justin. So it's Justin, right? So Justin's the one where last week where Sean, like after court, said something like about love or all about love, and then said to somebody where everybody could overhear him, said something about like, tell Justin I'm thinking about him or worried about him or something. So yeah, wonder if he's getting, maybe because he's going to get some lawsuits too if he's took part in it. But he's also could possibly be a victim too in itself of his dad. You know, I mean, you don't know what the situation is. It's not an excuse, but it's like, who knows? I don't know. I don't even know how to feel about his kids. I really don't. I don't know how to feel about them. Yeah. I think the other videos I'll just share some other time because I've already been on for 3.5 hours. I'll probably do some timestamps on this. This was more the timeline. I wish there was more people watching though. I like to at least break 100 and not doing a wait. I need to feel like I could do another video, not be in a stupid wait case, and at least get 100 people. You know, so it kind of gets me moving along. But it sucks because I don't want to. Can't do wait forever and kind of burn out and of that. And I don't know. I want to do Idaho too. What's been going on with Idaho? Because that trial's coming up. That might be put off. Maybe I'll do Idaho one next live. But I do have some more videos I was gonna share, but I'll just do it on my next Diddy. Since there's no trial we could watch, we could always just play. You know what I'm saying? Play some random videos when we talk about like what happened at the trial and stuff. I have this one video, I think it's Fox, where they do like a kind of like a timeline of Diddy, kind of in a way, just stuff that I definitely want to play sometime on a live. What is it called? And then there's another good one of, hold on, let me see something. Oh my God. Yeah, because that's 18 minutes. Yeah. What's her name? There was a good one she did today. Ashley Beanfield on it that we could play next time. That's the only thing though. If I wait a couple days, then those ones I might be like, oh, we'll play the newer ones or updated ones, but who knows? Nancy Grace, oh my Lord. I watched one of hers today. But why is it coming where I put all hers on? It said it was like a couple hours old, but I swear I watched it the same thing like last week, and I'm like confused. I'm like, wait a minute, I swear, is she saying the exact same things, or is she replaying it or something? So I wonder if she like just replays it and it's like it comes on as a live, but it almost seems like sometimes it's replayed from another video, which is fine, but I'm just confused. I'm like, is it a replay or is she just saying some of the, or like going over some of the same stuff? I can't figure it out. Anyway, guys. All right. Well, I hope you guys learned something. All saying, be kind, Casey. It's so weird because, yeah, no, I wish that was the truth though, Hope G. Anytime I do anything other than weight, I don't break 100, which sucks. It's like, come on. So it's not just that, because it's been for like a month now or so where I can't even break 100 people in chat when I do something not weighed. So yeah. Oh well. What was I gonna say though? I forget. What was I starting to say before I Man, I drank energy drink 2 days in a row. I should not did I actually finished it yesterday. Now I feel like I don't know. As much as I used to freaking drink them all the time, party, like put all kinds of crap into my body. Now I'm like all like, oh my god, I want to be healthy. Like, oh shoot, 2 days in a row I drink a whole like worried about my health. We're getting old. I want to live long. All right. What do you mean? Wait, what, Harley? Resilient your voices? What do you mean by that? Who are you talking to? Hey Soul. Did you just get here, Soul, or have you been here? If you have, I think I'm just now seeing you. Hey Rebecca. Yeah, watch the timeline before. I don't know, I was kind of proud of it. Like I feel like I enjoyed actually doing it because I feel like it was just interesting to kind of like see, you know, what she put on, you know, for people to like the what's the word, like the mask, you know, and then, you know, in 2023 years later, decade later, how, you know, we find out really what was going on behind the scenes, you know, but like the mask that we were all seeing and the public was media and public was seeing, and even I'm sure her family and stuff, well, the family they did see probably some of the truth too, but like now to read the court documents and see the dates of the stuff that was going on, it's like, oh my Lord, that's crazy. But all right. She's been howling with a scream on. Wait, what? Oh. Oh, is that what you mean, Harley? Huh. Well, thank you. If that's what you mean. I know. I mean, I knew it had to be some kind of compliment. I was just wanting to know what exactly you meant because it seemed nice. I didn't know if you meant like, I don't know. Not at the moon. She's been howling with a scream. Howling? What do you mean, Osane? Yeah, Rebecca. Watch it up, Vern. Okay, okay. Yeah, but Mama Mia, I have. If you go by, I can name all the cases. I've went through a lot of cases when I was still covering Wade. But people will just see the Wade ones and then it's like, why not see all the other cases I've done alongside covering Wade? I really have. I've done like some, I think like 3 whole file request things I've shared. No, 4 because Ezra, and then just like even random ones I did. I don't know, but people for some reason they'll like see that I'm still doing Wade and then think that's all I'm doing. But I'm like, no, look at the other stuff. You know, if you don't like Wade, I have been. I really have. So I have been trying. Like if I go back the whole year, all the other cases that I've covered, well, in videos I've done on other things. I've done a lot of different ones. Did PuffDaddy, I did Karen Reed, I did a couple Menendez, a few Koberger ones. I did a couple celebrity mugshot ones. I did Delphi, quite a few Delphi, because it was when the trial was happening, and I did updates at the trial every day. I remember I was doing those updates, and I've done like voice comparisons and the new stuff that came out with Delphi. What else? Brian Winchester, I got those documents and did a few, like 4 or 5 videos of that. Megan Boswell, when she had the trial, I covered that. I didn't stream the trial, but I covered like stuff. Like I covered the, different things going on, did highlights and discussion on it. I'm going through looking at it right now. Brie Coon, I ordered those files and share what I got of those. I did a Darlie Routier video where I interviewed her sister. I have been doing other ones. I did Hannah Kobayashi. I did that while she was missing. I did a lot of videos of her. I did some Sarah Boone ones. I did Luigi Mangione when that first outbreak. I did a few videos of his when that happened. I did a Dylan Rounds video. Like I said, I did a bunch of Hannah ones. What else? I'm going through them right now. Here's another Menendez, so I did like 4 Menendez brothers ones, a bunch of Delphi. Another Sarah Boone. I did all Delman Washington. I ordered those files and did all those. So I did an in-depth of the Delman Washington. Remember Barb? Did all those. So people just like see that I'm still doing Wade. And I'm like, just look at that like a bonus. Like, if you don't like it, I don't watch the Wade stuff, but watch my other stuff. Instead of just being like, oh, she's doing another Wade. Yeah, I'm doing another Wade, but I'm also doing other videos. Just ignore the Wade ones if you don't like it. I mean, if the people don't like the Wade ones. So I feel like that's it's not an excuse to be like, well, they left because of Wade, but I have been doing other ones. Here's another freaking Sarah Boone one during the Wade. Yeah. And then Ezra. Forgot about Ezra. No, that's more Delphi. No more Koberger. Let's see if there's any other cases that I missed. That's all just in less than a year. I did all those other cases too, along with Wade. That was right before when I did Pingling and I did a couple Shabusiness at the same time as after I had already started Wade ones. I did some few Shabusiness ones. Now the in-depth Shabusiness ones was right before I started Wade, but I did do a few when there was a couple things going on with her. So yeah, that's the thing I have. That was a good amount of different cases, all in not even a year. But nobody, I don't know. They like to just see if I do Wade and be like, oh, it's like, no, go look at my other one. Go look at my other ones. I've been doing a lot of other ones. I've ordered I think 3 other 4 other files and went through everything I had. Yeah, I mean, some cases you don't get as much as stuff, but so yeah. I gotta put out the next Ezra one. Dang it. But you know what I made? I made 76 cents off of my last Ezra video. I put a lot of effort into those, even though they're audio, adding all the photos and picking out like certain music and stuff. It's like, man, 76 cents. It's just crazy. So it's like hard to stay focused, but I got to keep going. Oh, I wanted to do that update. Hope G. Wait, you know what? Maybe tomorrow I'll do the Hannah Kobayashi. It's really interesting. I'll play it. We could watch it together. Yeah, I know, that was funny. You're obsessed with the show business, aren't y'all saying? You love show business. I do too. She cracks me up. Oh my God, she cracks me up. When I was doing that, when I ordered the files, going over those, her, if you guys haven't watched, you guys got to, her interrogation videos, and where she's just watching her wait for them to come in. Oh my God, it's hilarious. Go, you guys, if you guys are interested in show business and you haven't watched my show business stuff, I do recommend because I can't even take credit. I mean, she's hilarious. Well, I guess I did add like music to some of the when she's waiting. And but if you go to Taylor Show Business playlist, you'll see because I ordered the files and you get like when she's doing her her interrogation, but she's just sitting there for hours waiting. She is so funny. Oh my God. And then she's like doing like exercises and fighting her imaginary. It's so freaking funny. It really is. I mean, I know what she did was horrible. That's not funny, but like her, like what there is some humor in her waiting act. I mean, just what is going through her head? I don't even know. Oh, yay. Thank you. Yeah, she does. I need a bigger room. Yeah, I need a bigger room. She's walking back and forth pacing. And then she's doing sit-ups and push-ups and doing oh, she's hilarious. Jessica. Oh yeah, Jessica. Was it Jessica? I forget what the name was. I think it was. Oh my God. Oh yeah. She's that would be can you imagine Diddy? Well, I almost think Wade and Shabusiness. That would be something I would like to see. Them two together in a cell. Let Shabusiness take care of Wade and Diddy. But I don't know why I think I almost prefer to see Wade and Shabusiness together because I want to see with Wade like laughing at his like game that he thinks he has. Shabusiness won't be taking none of that. I could just see her be like, who is this with that freaking obnoxious laugh and fakeness? Like she won't have none of that. I just like that's what they need to do with these people on death row. Put them together like they are, but I mean let them like hash it out and let nature take its course with them. You know what I'm saying? I know they can't do that, but or like get some of these females and with like, oh, you want a female on there? Let's get your business, and then put Sarah Boone with one of them because Sarah Boone would probably just annoy one of them, just annoy him. Maybe she'll put him in the suitcase. Oh my God! And then who else? What other female we could match up with the male? What's some other crazy females? Ezra, but Ezra, I don't know. I don't like her. I don't like Sarah either, but I don't know. But yeah, who's some of the crazy females real quick though that we could put with Diddy? I can't think. All right, guy. Oh, Lori Vallow. Yes. Get low. Who would Lori be good with? I won't wait into business. Who would Diddy? Sarah or Lori? I almost think Lori and Diddy would be more like better. And then Sarah with who? Who else do we or what other guy that is just evil? That we could put Sarah with. I'm trying to think. Koberger. Or I don't know. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go. Oh, what about Paul? Maybe Paul and Sarah. I don't know. Or who was the other one I said? Oh, Lori. Or we could have Shabusiness take care of a couple of them. She got it. She'll get it. Barb even. Barb could handle some of that. Oh, Barb's not. That's right. Barb passed away. Shonda. Wait a minute. We could put Shonda with P. Diddy. Oh my God. Or Shonda with. Yeah. All right, guys. I'll see you guys. Bye bye.